Show and theinterrobang.com present the Year in Comedy 2015.
Welcome to the year-end Comedy Awards for 2015. We are your hosts, and I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
So great to be here.
And what a panel we have. From Periscope, we have Chris Stanley here.
Thanks for having me, guys. I love being on a panel.
And America's hot new Scope team, comedy team. It's two people taking the world by fire. That's Joey, Jojo, and Vito. How you doing, guys?
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Now, the year in comedy, was it a big year? Was it a fallout year? You know, some people are saying that the comedy explosion now is bigger than one in the 1980s.
I think it was absolutely a big year. I think it was a big year for emerging comics. I think that some of the comics who have been around for a while broke through the next level of, you know, becoming household names where they were once maybe comedy stars. Now they're stars of America.
Well, this gives you the opportunity to vote. You can go to theinterrobang.com. That's the ibang.com and vote. And, you know, unlike the Oscars who wait for the big award, we thought we would kick this off with a big award. So these are the top 10 finalists for Comedian of the Year. I will read off the list. Please wait until the end before you applaud. That's all I ask. Hold your applaud. And again, go vote at the ibang.com, theinterrobang.com for Stand-Up of the Year. And this, let's face it, this is the biggie.
The Bennington Show and theinterrobang.com present the Stand-Up Comic of the Year 2015.
And by the way, this is we're just reading off the names.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Amy Schumer, Hannibal Buress, Aziz Ansari, Michael Che. Again, please wait until all the names come on. Nate Bargatze, Colin Quinn, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, and Sebastian Maniscalco. Those are your top 10. By the way, this looks fairly East Coast heavy until you get to the Midwest with Sebastian. You know, there's always going to be names left off, but these are some strong names of people, of course, had gigantic years. Anybody you guys felt like belonged on the list? Didn't make it?
Well, I felt that I was happy to see Dave Chappelle on the list because of his everything he just sold out in Montreal alone.
I understand that, but is there anyone that's not on this list that you would say, oh, yes, I'm glad that Aziz is on the list. Seriously, head on over to theinterrobang.com. What is it like when you fake being a person and then get caught?
Oh, it's the worst.
I actually have one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have mind to see one Tracy Morgan on the list.
That's what I was thinking. It was a very big year for him.
Yeah, but if it was for coming out of the coma, sure, but he hasn't done much stand-up this year.
Well, he made his big return to SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
did.
this was a big year for him.
This is an SNL host of the year, then that would be different.
Can't wait for that one, because I'm going to have my answer.
Oh, I know who I'm going for. Any names that you're surprised? I'm kind of surprised to see Che on the list. I don't know. I think that he's been too caught up with SNL. And I'm going to say something, and this is going to be somewhat controversial. I think SNL may have gotten in the way of his career. I thought that he was on a real trajectory.
Right.
His stand-up was so pure and so funny and so him. And I feel like SNL tries to force him into something outside of his natural habitat. He's still very funny on it, but Che on stage is my favorite thing.
Yeah, and I think that in this last season, they're already playing with his strengths a little bit better than they did the first time around. They're letting him be himself, which is probably, what landed him the job. But you're right that a lot of times comics, performers can land it's an opportunity of a lifetime to be on SNL, but there is an inertia there. You get very stuck in the world. It's all encompassing. It seems like it's so much work that I think that's why people tend to break out even when they're doing so well on that show.
Particularly in his case, he's playing the newscaster role, and that's not who he is off stage. He's very relaxed. He's very kind of sweatshirt, jeans, and sneakers, and you see him kind of deliver. I mean, I kind of feel like Colin Jost fits into that world, but Che is just such a funny guy. But, he's doing well with it. All right, let me go over. No one try to sway him, because this is my founder. This is my young guy. This is Vito. Vito, if you look at this list, who is your comedian of the year?
Nate Bargatze.
Whoa! Tell us why Nate.
Huh?
Why Nate?
Well, I actually got into Nate about 6-7 months ago when I was at a club downtown, and I saw him perform, and then I went home and I just watched every single thing he had on YouTube. And I just love his delivery. I like his speech pattern.
All the young comics love Nate the best too.
Yeah.
They're just crazy about him.
He told a story about just going to a snake farm, and he just mentioned Yelp, and mentioning Yelp, the way he just said it, the crowd popped, and it was a really great set. It wasn't just hey.
You've given a perfect example.
The Yelp set.
Yelp. Yeah. All right. So I would have thought Dark Horse, because this is his first year to make a list like this.
Right.
I didn't know that you're already giving him the Rookie of the Year and the MVP at the same time.
Love him.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a big year. He had a big
Giant
album come out, and he had a special.
And also, when he did that in New York, all the comics showed up for it. Everybody loves this guy. Gail, who is your comedian of the year?
To me, it's an easy pick. I think that everyone on this list deserves to be there. However, the standout of the year would have to be Amy Schumer. She had the best season ever of her TV show. Mm-hmm. She wrote and starred in her first feature film, which was a huge leap for her. I mean, now she is a household name. Literally. Absolutely.
Where people's moms were like, Amy Schumer said something, and you're like, what?
Exactly.
How do you know her?
She's part of the conversation now in so many, obviously about women, but part of the conversation because of gun control.
It's crazy.
And it's incredible to me what a different year she's had. I mean, she's been building upon herself each year. And then, I went to see her Trainwreck comedy tour, which was phenomenal. And she also had a big special this year. I think Amy Schumer, stand-up of the year.
These are all over on the iBank, and first of all, you heard what Vito had to say. You heard what Gail had to say. They get one vote, just like you, anyone listening. Their vote does not count more than you. So if you disagree with them, vote against them.
Get to the polls.
Yes.
Yeah, get to the polls. It's all about you, the voter.
Do you have to register to vote?
No.
You just show up?
No, yeah.
You guys have a license?
Yeah.
It's as easy as getting a gun. You just show up.
But you know what? The fact is, you both make really good points for this. By the way, over on the iBang, here's something else you could check out. The clubs speak the best stand-up moments of 2015 as decided by club owners, bookers, and people who produce comedy. Because no matter what you say about stand-up comedy, whether you say about the specials or the TV shots or anything else, it really is truly about the clubs. There's very little in the world like somebody really kicking ass in front of a live audience. But this is the stand-up of the year. Chris Stanley, I'm going to go to you next.
Okay.
what do you think is your stand-up comedian of the year?
There's one man who is the stand-up comedian of the year. Sorry, Amy Schumer. It's Mr. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is the stand-up of the year. He sold out Madison Garden 3 times. He's just selling out stadiums around the country where his stand-up everywhere.
But, if this was a movie, we don't give the Oscar to the biggest grossing movie. A lot of times when that happens, you were the critical favorite 2 or 3 years before in the case of this. And I wonder if that isn't true of Kevin Hart, that Kevin Hart is crossing over to people that comedy fans already knew about 5 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it makes me wonder, can you go out and do these big mass tours and still be on the edges of the way it was when you were breaking through? In the way that you're talking about where Amy is this year, where it just happens, or all going back to Nate Bargatze?
I think, too, what's really undeniable is how incredibly massive he is right now. Kevin Hart. Just the fact that when I went to go see Creed, it was like 2 trailers back to back of 2 different movies.
And that's been going on for a couple of years.
And exactly. He's certainly a hardworking guy. He's obviously a crowd favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, people were rolling and they were trailers and they were rolling.
One of the things I think they feel like they know Kevin Hart. Like people actually feel like they know him as a friend.
Right.
He's really broken down that wall in a very, very big way. All right, Joe, this is your pick. Now, by the way, none of us expected this. I knew Chris would all be about the paper. I knew that he would be my, obviously, Gail was going to girl power everybody. Nate was going to be the founder. Who's the youngest guy out there that I can identify with?
You're right.
Let's go to you, Minnesota's own Joey Jojo.
Okay, so if Nate is the rookie of the year right now, if you want to put it like that, I think you'd have to go with that nice, solid, up-and-coming, what you might call a 2-year veteran in Sebastian Maniscalco.
Well, I'll say this. We were in Montreal, and people were going crazy for him.
The buzz there was incredible, and he's also a very classy dude. He's had a huge year, and he's just trajecting upwards rapidly right now.
Yeah,
to the
I
point
would agree
where,
with that.
Yeah, to where people love his stories. He has a huge core fan base that follows him everywhere.
Here's the interesting thing. I don't necessarily even think that his fans are comedy fans. They're Sebastian fans, right? Whatever he is connected with these people comes from years and years and years of hard work, working out his craft. But it's also that undeniable, regular guy thing.
He has a real likability about him.
He does, but at the same time, he kind of, when he's on the road, he goes from his hotel room to the gig, back to his hotel room. He makes sure that he's not caught up in the show business part of it. The Unmasked that I did with him this year is one of my favorites because he is incredibly different by being somewhat normal.
Yeah, I love what a specific audience he has come to him. They're very unique to him, I think. Yeah. It's not necessarily a regular comedy audience. And I think that that's really cool. It means that somebody's pulling in something bigger. And I think that's really neat.
Well, he sells out everywhere, but the fact of the matter is, the thing that makes him with that audience is I think he speaks to them in a way, and seems like a little corny, but I'm going to put it out there, what those people actually needed in their life, the place where they need laughs in his life. And these are working people, these are young families, these are suburban people, Midwestern people, not necessarily the hip show business crowd. I just love the guy. I just think he's fantastic. And he's one of those people, he reminds me of Brian Regan, or a person that you could be happy for their success.
Right.
Where, quite frankly, no, I am no longer happy for Kevin Hart's success. You've had too much success.
Dial it back a little, Kevin
Give
Hart.
some of it to Che, maybe. All right, I'm going to pick mine, and first of all, I got no problem with any of the stuff that you guys voted on. Everybody gets a chance to vote. The year-end stand-up comic of the year 2015. I'm going to break this down to a couple of people. Bill Burr, Amy Schumer, and Colin Quinn. Amy, you've already put it perfectly. Bill Burr, I don't need to sell him. And Colin Quinn, I think, is doing the most interesting kind of original work of any comedian today. The fact that Amy's already getting such pops. And by the way, who stole Amy's movie? Colin Quinn. Bill Burr, his life is blowing up. He already won last year. I'm throwing my vote with Colin Quinn this year. I think he's just the fact that he is the veteran who keeps breaking new ground. It's amazing to me. Yeah. I'm really, really excited about the stuff that he does.
Anytime I have seen Colin Quinn live, I'm in awe of how fast and how funny. He's an incredible stand-up, and he's for sure one of the best stand-ups working today.
What is his latest one-man show?
New York Story.
Some of that shows up in, I read Coloring Book, and it's just fantastic. He speaks. Let me tell you this. When people talk about PC, I think they have a tendency to go, oh, I want a chance to say something about other races, you know? But I think that Colin comes at this with such of appreciation of the melting pot of New York, the old school New York, where you would know the Jewish guy, where you know the Czechoslovakian guy, the Asian guy, and enjoy and love all the different cultures. And that's much different than a guy who just wants to do Polish jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the way, I would have no problem with who votes for who. It's Stand-Up Comic of the Year. Vote along with us. Go to the ibang.com to vote. Let's go to another category. By the way, check out the Club Speak, the best stand-up comedy moments of 2015. I'm always blown away by what people in the clubs know. If you want to know who's funny, always ask the waitress still.
Yeah.
Because the waitresses see everybody, every show, and they know the shit that they don't get tired of. All right, I'm going to do page one of this, and then I'll turn over page two to you, Gail. This is the final year end of best books by a comedian. Again, wait to the end before you hold your applause to the end. You can go over to the iBang. It's very difficult, in my opinion, to do something funny in the written form. You don't get to sell it. You leave it up to the timing of the reader, which is much more difficult. Here we go. This is nominated for Best Book by a Comedian.
The Bennington Show and the interrobang.com present the best books authored by comedians of 2015.
Judah Freelander, If Rain United. Yes. Okay, I've asked you all before to please hold your applause to the end. Colin Quinn, The Coloring Book. Richard Lewis, Reflections from Hell. Judd Apatow, Sick in the Head. Kelly Carlin, A Carlin Home Companion. And Mindy Kaling, Why Not Me?
We also have Nick Offerman, Gumption. David Spade, Almost Interesting.
What?
Issa Rae, The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. And Greg Proops, The Smartest Book in the World.
Now, I haven't read all of these books, but I read off almost all the ones that I read. Carlin Home Companion is a lot of fun, seeing Carlin from that point of view. Judah Freelander's book is fantastic, and I know the work that he put in it, that drawings and Colin Quinn's The Coloring Book. I brought that up. I actually think that this one is just fascinating. And Apatow, just going out and doing interviews. Some of them he did when he was a little kid. Mindy Kaling I know nothing about, but, we got to fill this thing out. Anybody else read any of the other books?
I read the coloring book, and I'd seen Colin Quinn also perform a lot of the material when he did the Trainwreck tour. So I got to see some of the material that was covered in the book, and also, of course, Judah Friedlander, The Raindrops United, which is Fallout funny, and it kind of like brings back those memories of kind of Shel Silverstein type humor. It's phenomenal, and I think everyone should pick that book up.
Let's go to Chris Stanley. Chris, is there anyone that you're surprised to see on this list? And who do you vote for? I'm just scrolling with you. Just tell us who you vote for.
I'm surprised Issa Rae made it this year. I don't think she's that awkward.
She's very comfortable.
She wrote a book. I vote for Mr. Nick Offerman, Gumption.
Now, have you read it?
Yes, he goes into he describes 21 people who've influenced his life, and he also tells you how to do woodworking. And I really enjoy it.
I really want to read this.
Me too.
I love Offerman, and it is. I have to agree with him. There are a lot of people that we don't think of on a daily basis, people that have influenced your life. Some just like, I don't want to act that way. But some people are famous people, and some people are just people that you met.
Yeah. Yeah, and he goes into like Eleanor Roosevelt and Frederick Douglass. Obviously never met them, but he talks about how they influenced them. It's a fun book, and if you like Nick Offerman, you're gonna love the book. And I don't know anyone who doesn't like him.
Of course.
I like your anger towards that.
I do like him.
Yeah.
Why are you so mad at me?
I never met anyone who says I don't like him.
Unbelievable.
Let's go over to Vito. Vito?
I'm going to go with Judd Apatow because some would say his book is the parenthood of the fatherhood of, that movie with Ethan Hawke? It's that of literature.
Holy shit.
It's the parenthood, it's the brotherhood, it's the sisterhood of traveling band.
It's the cousinhood, really? What is the cousinhood?
Hey, if you love John Apatow, you're gonna love this book.
I do.
I'll fucking knock you out.
Love him.
Look, I think you've struggled with your thought enough. Why don't you just let it die?
I love Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
The book is real cool. He interviewed a bunch of these people when he was like 16, and then he goes back to them now after he's a big success. And I love Judd Apatow so much that when I was applying to film schools, I wrote my essay on him as my biggest influence.
Why don't you bring that essay and let us read it one day?
Please.
I'll try to find it. Yeah,
that'd be great.
I gotta go on one of my old computers, but yeah, definitely.
You love Apatow.
I wish we could have read it to him.
I feel like in some ways,
when he was in here, I'd like to just have Vito read it. I don't even look out once.
Well, I feel like
Judd Apatow's a very funny man. He writes a lot of movies.
My life.
In some ways, I feel like he brought back comedy movies because for a while, they weren't
I'll have
too many.
to tell that to Ben Stiller. I bet he'll feel bad about it.
Thank you, Judd Apatow, for all you have done for me.
Jim Carroll. Did I just say Jim Carroll, which is the poet?
He's a poet, but not
necessarily.
Jim Carrey.
No, I should have said Jim Carrey, but I said Jim Carroll. These
Also
are people
good.
who died. All right, Joey Jojo, who you got?
Okay, so the reason why I chose this book is because last year I read Steve Martin's Standing Up.
Yeah.
And I really loved that biography. So, as a continued interest, I chose David Spade's Almost Interesting. Because it just shows how he started his career. But also, again, if you're a giant SNL fan, you can read this book and get more insight towards Chris Farley, what it was like being in there in the mid-'90s, and also just where his career has gone. And it's well written. I like it.
On top of that, it's well written.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you liked it in spite of it being poorly written.
I didn't understand most of it, but what little thoughts I could get from it, it's great.
If he talks about Joe Dirt, I'm in.
I am in.
Yeah.
Specifically 2.
You like Joe Dirt? Joe Dirt too.
Joe Dirt 2.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on a good night. I'm waiting on a night where I really need to pick me up to watch it. But
you know what? You seem to me, Vito, to be Dusty Rhodes and his Common Man. That's where you are with your life. All right, Gail Bennington, what do you got for us?
I am going to say my pick for best book by a comic is going to have to be Colin Quinn, The Coloring Book. I think it's so super smart and so funny, and it's great hearing him talk about Brooklyn, because he's talking about a Brooklyn that, used to exist and no longer exists, and maybe that's very personal to me because he's talking about New York, but it's an incredibly funny read.
You know what I love about that book, too, is that he could be somewhat hard on young Colin Quinn. And those things made me laugh my ass off. Just his attitude of cockiness, where now he looks back and goes, why did I act that way? Why did I have done a thing? And I don't think you can get wisdom without going, man, I used to be so wrong. I love this book. I would, I'd recommend it to anyone. But I think the person who really stretched and showed me the most with their book, and I already gave Colin Comedian of the Year. Haven't I given you enough?
Come on.
Mr. Quinn? I think the person who stretched, who I now see differently because of this work and his commitment to the art, not just of comedy, but to the art of living and to the culture. And I think it's just amazing. Judah Freelander, If the Raindrops United, which, by the way, the cover made me laugh for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. The cover will give you a perfect example of what is in store for the rest of the book, because it's so funny. He's
not only the champion of the world, but he's the champion of this list.
Congratulations, Judah.
And I know that he did, to sit down and do this, he took it so seriously that he, went off the road for a while and didn't take acting parts because he wanted to commit to this specific idea. And who doesn't love Judah? Every time he's coming onto our show, he's crushed.
I just adore him. And it's great because you see when we have him in here, he's always doodling while he's talking. You can see that he is just such a creative spirit, and he's super funny. I adore Judah.
All right, so you can vote on the top 10 books written by comedians. Also, the stand-up comic of the year. We opened with it, and go over and read about the club's Speak, the stand-up comedy moments of 2015. That's actually pretty cool. When we come back, should we take a break here, Chris?
Yeah, we'll be taking a break here, yeah.
All right. The best hour special. And there was much debate on this, on whether the half-hour comedy hour should be put out, be part of it. And then it was decided by the judges, hey, that means they get to force their best material into that 30 minutes. Right. Well, we were going to go around and go, okay, why don't we give it that? Since it was all just from Comedy Central, it also felt so. All great comedians who've done the half-hour comedy special, but we are going best 1 hour special, and then also in this next half hour, the greatest viral videos of 2016.
Love it.
Most of them we've watched, laughed at, and forgotten. That's the amazing thing.
I love this part. I love doing this every year.
Yeah.
Because it became an obsession. Like, I can't stop watching this fucking video.
And then you forget all about it.
Completely.
You go from, you're sending it to all your friends, then forgetting about it. Go over to the iBang and vote for any of the categories, including Stand-Up Comedian of the Year, top 10 books written by comedians, the best 1 hour special, and greatest viral videos. It's a ball doing this with you guys at the end of the year.
The Year in Comedy 2015.
It's the best of Bennington. Man, can you believe 2015 over already?
I can't believe it. This was maybe one of my fastest years of my life. It just shot by.
Yeah. That's what they say will happen as we get sucked into the end times, that every year will feel faster and faster.
Oh, no. So this is the beginning of the end.
I don't even remember what I was doing last Christmas, though, or what was going on. Did we have a Christmas party last year, Chris?
Is that the year we went to Mr. Chang's?
Mr. Chang's. There's no such place.
Chinese food restaurant.
This is why I hate wasting money. It's Mr. Chow's.
Mr. Chow's.
It's a fucking famous restaurateur, famous old school New York place.
Oh, I know where you took him. P.F. Chang's. That's where you took him.
Definitely wasn't P.F. Chang's. It was Mr. Chow's.
I don't think we did a party last year. I think last year was such a sad, angry year at the end of the year that we didn't do one.
No, we didn't. Yeah. I mean, that might have been the year before Mr. Chow's. But no, there wasn't a Christmas party last year.
It's weird.
That's the first time we didn't do one, too.
And then this year, I didn't go to our party. You guys went, but I didn't make it.
Why didn't you make it?
I just didn't, I wasn't. Something had happened the day before the party, and I was like, I don't want to ruin it for everyone. And I don't want to be that guy bringing it up. But you guys loved it? You were at Sammy's Romanian?
Wasn't the same without you.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I found out you weren't going, and then I didn't go.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I wasn't there.
Never put pressure on people like that. Just go. I'm not going to the other party, and you're going.
I'm not going to that one either.
What? You are?
No, probably not.
Why? After all that time you said on the air, people are looking forward to it.
This doesn't sound so great, does it?
Did something come up?
No.
So all that time you were not planning on going to it?
Well, I was thinking about it, but I don't know. I'm not really a club kid. It's not really my scene.
This doesn't seem like the year-end wrap-up. Coming up today, Dave Attell, Big J. Okerson, and Robert Kelly. Or as I like to talk about it, it's the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it is. Attell is obviously the Father.
Yes.
Big J, the Son,
right, with
the Father he never had. And Robert Kelly is all heart.
It makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Big J always seated at the right hand of the Father. I think he was sitting to the right.
Is that right?
Attell when he was here. Perfect.
You are right. He was to the right of Attell.
That's usually my position, seated at the right hand of the Father.
That's true. And then Stanley's the Holy Spirit. He's kept the Spirit for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Spirits.
I kind of usually think of him more as the Holy Ghost. I never updated the term with Chris.
That's smart.
He's definitely the Holy Ghost.
Now, who was the Holy Ghost the ghost of?
The ghost of anything.
He's the Spirit.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not like
Spirit in those days.
Pats.
Yeah. It's not like someone like Casper, where someone died and became the Holy Ghost. It's the Father and Son and the Holy Spirit are all the same thing.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I thought there was actually 3 separate entities.
No.
They're all one. They're all connected.
When Jesus came to earth, God was his Father, and then he was also God.
Oh, shit.
And the Spirit itself, which is hard for us to understand why we need a spirit with it, but I think that shows that, the mystery to it all. I think maybe this stuff that the Spirit is the nothing in between the stuff, which is also something.
Right. And
that's the way I see it.
The stuff that you can't explain. Like
I can't explain any of it.
Well, what they're saying is don't even try to explain the Holy Spirit.
No, I'm not going to.
It's so mystical.
And mythical.
And mythical as well.
Mystify me. There's a band that was really forgotten from the 80s, In Excess, and they were a gigantic band.
Huge.
And none of their music lives on.
That's a shame. They were great.
Do you think?
Really, I think so, yeah.
They were like a little bit like rock meets disco, though. It always turned off a lot of hard rockers a little bit.
There was like a little bit too much danciness into it.
Yeah.
But it had such a sexy element to it. It made it so sexy.
Yeah, a lot of rock doesn't like sex, if you notice. You know what I mean? No one ever says Black Sabbath is a sexy band. You know what I mean?
Well, they don't know what they're missing.
Who, Black Sabbath?
Or anyone who's not adding sex to their rock and roll. Make it sexy, In Excess style.
Is there a sexy metal band in the world?
I don't think so.
Metallica's sexy?
Iron Maiden.
I don't think Metallica.
But who's sexy from fucking Metallica?
When they had the
Lars?
long hair. When they had the long hair, that could have been sex appeal.
Long hair doesn't mean sex appeal, dude. I got news for you.
He's just thinking Fabio because he really likes Fabio.
Love Fobs. He's the best.
And you love modern day Fabio Bracco.
Yeah.
Barack Obama?
No, Bracco Hearn.
Yeah, he's the most popular man on Instagram.
And he's got that kind of metal dude sex appeal.
He's got a hair bun, which if I still had long hair, I'd have one too to emulate Bracco.
Why don't you grow yourself at least until you get a bun?
Can you believe that he rocked that long hair for so long, chopped it off, and now it's all the rage for men to have long hair?
I think that's why he did chop it off.
Yeah, I didn't want to be part of some trend.
He never told us why he chopped it off, which I thought either had to be a court case, or something was stuck in there. I refuse to believe it was a hot day, so he went and got his hair cut
It was
off.
a sweltering hot day in Montreal, and I was not sober. I decided, screw this, I can't deal with this hair anymore.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You could have easily put it up in a sexy hair bun.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of the hair bun.
Anyway, it is the year. And by the way, why do we give you more than other shows? Love. Even though we're gone, we're still here. But do you remember what David Tell and Big J were talking about this day?
They came in to talk about some Comedy Underground shows that were going on.
Yeah. That was a great day having them in. It was a blast. Having those two dudes hang out, so fun.
Dude, David Tell?
Yeah.
I mean, Big J, let's face it, we love him and we're used to him. Is that for this break or altogether?
That's for, it could be for all together.
See, I know that you're trying to give me the right answer, but
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
It's the total.
When you put that up, is that the total left for us to do voiceover wise?
It's the total left for this break.
Wow. It's a lot. I mean, I'm on vacation right now. Vacation from my problems. And my problems are sitting right across from me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Problem child. That's what he calls you.
You know what I like to say? The show that works on the air but not off the air. Let it bleed through, I say. Let it bleed through. Well, we all need someone we can bleed on. I'll tell you this. A lot of times, if I was doing that thing, if I was like the producer of this band, or even an engineer like Glenn Johns was the Stones, I'd always go like this. Rick, did you mean to use a different voice than the Mick Jagger voice? Because you ever notice that he'll do that?
There's a weird accent sometimes that he
That's
puts
Southern.
Yeah.
And not Southern England, Southern American. I was watching my favorite TV show. And I'd be like, is he making fun of us right now?
I mean, he didn't talk like that before, right? I mean, I'm not crazy.
It's the girl with a, come on, you know what kind of eyes she had. Dude, you don't talk like that, so you're obviously making fun of us. So David Tell, and, here's the thing, Gail, if you have the kind of gig where David Tell will come in, it's pretty amazing. And then he and Big J have this long-lasting, strange relationship that's gone back decades now. And they're incredibly funny together. It's hard to believe this time of the year, Big J last year was in a terrible place. He's on top of the world. That's why nobody should ever give in.
I know, and he had a great year.
Wonderful year. But he was sure his great year was not coming. So, anyway, this is the best of Bennington, and it's been a great year for all of us. We really do appreciate it. And this is with our buddies, David Tell and Big J Okerson. I like a comedian that has you gotta ride the board over there, Chris. I like a comedian that has their own theme song.
Is that my theme?
Yeah, that's your theme.
Oh, wow.
That's from your TV show.
That was from the Comedy Underground show that
Yeah.
Jay Okerson was on.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
It's a one-season wonder. That's
Yeah.
the new. You remember the one-hit wonders?
Yeah.
Like Dizzy or all those 70s songs. Now it's the one-season wonder.
I actually prefer a one-hit wonder than somebody who hangs around and keeps putting out more and more music.
Right.
Because this way you could just have a favorite song.
The Year of the Cat, right? Al Stewart. That's a good one.
Well, see, that's
I always think
one-
of that.
See, Al Stewart had put out like 12 albums that are beloved by people who
Right.
know him. But then people, like, there's some people who think Jethro Tull just did Bungle in the Jungle and nothing else. So there's a lot of those people that would be album oriented first. We were actually having this conversation before you got here. What song do you feel like you've heard the most in your life? Because they just allowed, they did away with the copyright for Happy Birthday.
About time.
Yeah, about time. So now, sing it anytime you want.
Yeah. That must have been an incredible. I would love to have been in the court there. That's like a Miracle on 34th Street. Santa walked in. Please, everybody.
Everyone's crying.
Is that why the Pope's here? Because of that? He said, now I will come.
They broke into Happy Birthday right there in the courtroom. People singing it and crying. It's like the way that we all felt the night Obama was elected over in Jay's neighborhood. We just went crazy that night.
We'll all remember we were here, guys.
Yeah. Jay, by the way, you've got I'm going to guess a hip-hop dating show that's taken the internet by.
It's cut like a hip-hop dating show a little bit. It's a little MTV 1997.
I love it, though. Are you enjoying it?
It's fun. Yeah. We only did 3 episodes. So the other 2 are going to come out, I guess, every Monday they'll come out. Mm-hmm. But it was fun to do, yeah. I mean, it was easy work.
But you went from hip-hop guy to heavy metal guy, now back to hip-hop guy.
No, never.
You were drinking a 40. You were drinking a 40.
Well, it was more like, it was backhanded racism to the guy.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
But you pronounced it 40, so.
It is an election year.
It's an election.
My sarcasm
so late. Is my sarcasm not coming through on those chugs?
What is it again, Jay? You tell me about this.
I tag along on dates and try to make weird stuff happen as much
Just
as
like
possible.
real life.
Like a C block.
Yeah.
A helpful
like a
C block.
Yeah.
They actually wanted at one point, they were suggesting the idea of me kind of like doing that, like trying to get myself laid. So I was like, that doesn't really make sense for the show.
Yeah.
But it's, we did 3 episodes. They're all like mismatched couples kind of on purpose, see if we can make it happen.
Is that racially mismatched? Are they all going to be like this one was?
No, they're not all racial. Oh, I guess, yeah. 2 of them are racially mismatched.
I like
and then,
that.
And then the
How do I get on
the third
this
is
show?
the 2 whitest people you've ever met.
Yeah.
Like literally and
But one
figuratively.
Catholic, one Jew.
What? By the way, the Pope is coming. If you have any other salacious or scandalous stuff to do, 5 o'clock is the cutoff.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be here at 5.
I'm very excited about it, though, because I couldn't get a cab here today. But I walked past, and I'm not kidding when I say this, 1,000 cops at different places between the east side and here. So it's very exciting to see who they care about. You know what I mean? Like, we could use these cops a lot, you know? Because you don't see beat cops anymore. You don't see a cop just walking down the street checking on people.
No.
But they're out there today.
This is what they've been training for. This is it.
This country can't take the publicity of an attack on the Pope.
Yeah, no, really. That would be the worst.
Yeah.
And, the cool thing about the Pope is, first of all, he's an amazing, he is the best Pope because let's pretend you're the Pope.
Okay.
And I'm me. And I come up, I want you to pray. He'll go, no, you pray for me.
Right.
He immediately cuts you right off.
Yeah.
That's great. You don't even get to get your prayer out. You're like, well, all right. Well, then I guess, my dad in the hospital can wait, but I'm going to pray for him. And then when he comes, he's frugal.
Yeah.
He's saving his money because he knows this can't last. Yeah. And then he stays wherever he goes. He stays with cardinals. He stays he just shows up like a bad sitcom.
Couch surfing
bags.
Yeah.
Just got a rolling bag. Can I stay here? And they're like, oh, the boss.
You guys should actually steal this and then say the audience, no, you tell me a joke. When they tell, yeah, you tell me something good. But, this, you heard who's opening for him in Philly, right? There's going to be 1.5 million people doing a set, and I'm not making this up. Jim Gaffigan is going to do Time before the Pope comes out.
Was that the Pope's pick?
I don't know, but it was somebody tied in.
In the era of Louis C.K., Jim Gaffigan?
Yes.
That's
Good
great
job,
for
TV
Jim.
Land.
Yeah.
TV Land's got that long reach, I didn't realize.
It should, well, I mean, he has mentioned that he's Catholic, and no one does that anymore. Well, no one does it in a positive sense anymore. So they're thrilled. They're thrilled to have him.
So how does he get paid? In prayers? Do you think he'll finally pray for him? That's where the prayer bank opens.
I actually sent this over. I said, I'm not going to tell you how to do the show, but after Gaffigan goes off, just break for 15 minutes. Don't bring the Pope up right after. He can't follow that kind of heat.
Let the people get a hot dog or something.
I bet you they're going to throw a left turn at poor Jim. Like, whoa, can you do this in Latin?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what?
I think if
my timing in Latin is very good.
Philly's so afraid of what the animals of that city are going to do to the Pope that they're shutting down all the bridges.
They're shutting down everything.
Well, they should shut down the bridges anyway.
Yeah,
those things are old.
In or out.
Yeah.
Turn into a prison colony.
Yeah, they had to blow the bridges. This is what
the
they
Australia of America.
Like people are like taking the whole week off because they cannot get in.
My stepfather had to sleep at work for 3 days.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of work does he do?
He works he's a respiratory therapist.
Okay, so the bed's there at least.
Yeah,
that's nice.
These people are going to be breathing for 3 days.
Yeah. But I think if I was, if I'm the Pope and I'm following Gaffigan, I would definitely drop in my own Hot Pockets reference a little later on in the show. Because you know how like some comics, they'll call back a set from earlier, and then the crowd is just so enthralled. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even from you.
Or just a subject callback where he's like, oh, Jim was up here talking about marriage. I think marriage is actually...
That's going to be one to put that as the hardest gig.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really, that's the hardest.
Yeah.
That's like every corporate gig you've ever done
put
times
together.
a million.
Yeah.
Like, how do they do that? Does, like, the Swedish guard, the guys that dress up in those weird outfits, do they, like, kind of escort them around?
I guess. I mean, this is going to... Yeah, this is going... But Philly is way more pumped about this than New York.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got the big Sunday show.
Yeah, they do.
And that's what that...
They earned it, though.
Yeah. They're such great people. But in the church business, a Sunday afternoon is it's a Saturday night comedy show. Sure. It's the same exact thing. Yeah, so when you get something like that, Philly couldn't be prouder. By the way, you were speaking, did you see the Philly fans going nuts at the team when they lost the other night?
No.
I don't know whether we put it up or not, Chris, but they did not handle it as well as you like them to. David Tell is in with us. He's performing at Bananas Comedy Club in New Jersey, September 26th, and then headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes.
Which is the
second holiest day of the year.
It is, but it's also the weekend that everybody comes home for.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the time that you see.
It's when I do my family-friendly act.
Yeah,
nothing like Jim and the Pope. That duo out there.
Jim and the Pope.
Do you think he'll take Jim on tour with him?
If he's smart, yeah.
Yes. Jim, do you mind? We're going to do an orphanage somewhere in Romania.
Right.
Do something for me.
It's the way Brian Regan takes out Joe Bolster. Those two, they work together so well.
That's a great. Brian is doing like a live
Radio
did you
City.
Talk about this already?
Yeah.
Oh man, how cool is that?
Well, he was in earlier this week. He's really pumped up for it, but I think this is the night that Regan just changes his act, goes in a different direction.
He goes rogue.
It's a heel turn. It's a heel turn, guys.
Patton Oswalt, who's probably not only one of the funniest guys and smartest guys in comedy, but also like I would say one of the biggest supporters of us and the scene, and you can't thank him enough for that because, just when you think like you're kind of out there like alone and no one gets it, like Patton does. And he wrote this thing about like Regan doing this thing on Saturday and like live comedy, no matter, even if it is like, not blue or X-rated, it's still a difficult thing because that's it. That's the thing. And I love the idea that they're doing that.
Well, as well as you hope it, you think Brian will do, there still is the chance
that he
technical problems or just be having an off night, which would be thrilling to see. in a
Tyson biting off
stand-up
the ear.
special. Yeah. Just the thing of like Rhea's going like possibly like, really, you're not even getting that. That's lost on you people. It would be fantastic. So yeah, I think first of all, I can't believe it's not done more where it's not.
But they're afraid.
They've never done it before.
Networks are
Ever.
afraid.
Yeah.
Like what you just said, they're going to go rogue or something, a bear attack.
Snaps an audience. So why don't you take your cunt wife and get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a live show here, you prick. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, there is also that chance that somebody will, Westboro Baptist church it and just scream shit out. It's amazing.
Reading just have to put the boots to them.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. Yeah, the audience.
Well, that's also Radio City. It's like, 5,000 people? I mean, it's a ridiculously big place, so anything dumb can happen there.
I think he's going to walk right through it, no problem. I really do. I really just do think it's going to be no problem.
How many times have you heard, Brian struggled with that?
This is
Yeah.
This is our Mars mission. We all have to gather around it.
He'll have like 8 great comedians just sitting there. Yeah, it looks like he's got it
Bring
so
it in.
far.
Sweat. throw some props at him.
He'll shoot back to a beautiful blonde woman holding a baby. There's Daddy. There's this Daddy's doing it tonight.
Brian is like, people like the fact that like, you must have seen him like multiple platforms over the years. It's like I've never seen anybody consistently kill like that. So like just in terms of like he's our most consistent guy.
What was really interesting though, like when he lived in New York, I'm like, well, so what was your clubs? Because I feel like if you're doing something like Radio City and it's live, some part of you got to go, oh man, if I would have known this in '87 or whatever. But he never passed at any of the clubs. In New York, he never was a regular. He brought up some club I don't even think exists anymore. I can't remember what it was.
Like Catch a Rising Star or something?
No, nothing of that magnitude. Nothing.
Like Jimmy Ha-Ha's or something?
Yeah, something.
Some cyber pips?
Yeah.
Pips. Mm-hmm. No, you sure? I always thought I saw him like at the Comedy Cellar or at Stand Up New York.
He might have done that after he got more established, that clubs were like, oh, you're doing Letterman, we'll be glad to have you here. But like when he came here in the 80s, he said he couldn't get past. And even at Jay's favorite club on the Upper East Side,
Comedy Strip Live.
Yeah, where you're banned for life.
Show 7 days a week.
Maybe the Pope can help you get back in there.
Oh, you think? Fuck you, Richie Ticket. I'm over for the Pope.
Grabs your little hand and he walks you up to the club.
Look, I'd do anything else for you, Father, but not this. You can't ask this of me.
I hate to let down the Pope.
People are writing, where's that Pat Nouns? Well, the iBang is linked to it if you go over there.
That is awesome.
He wrote some nice stuff about Brian, and of course, like anyone else who understands comedy, Mr. David Tell also is mentioned in there. Dave, you can see at Bananas Comedy Club in New Jersey, and then also headlining Caroline's this Thanksgiving.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be.
I really should.
Yeah.
This is it. Honestly. I used to be there Christmas week where Jay and I, right, Jay, didn't we do that show together?
Yeah, it was after the day after Christmas to New Year's Eve. We would do Caroline's.
That was like the best week.
Oh, it was the best.
I'm back to the second best week. Thanksgiving. I'll be playing Arbor Day by next year. I'm on the out. You've headlined there now, right?
Caroline's? No, not yet.
What?
Still not yet.
Richie strapped him from every club in the city. You heard me, Lewis. I don't want that break getting on anywhere.
The virus has spread. Caroline's now.
Well, so what do you... Oh, right. You don't headline in the city yet?
I think they're concerned about my 400-seat ticket sales per show. It's no, I spoke to Lewis. He went actually what was funny was I spoke to Lewis. He was telling me how he wants me to headline a date. And then 5 minutes later, he caught me and Chris smoking pot in the bathroom.
Okay. Didn't even go outside?
Wow.
We specifically went in the bathroom to not do it outside.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. He wasn't mad about it or anything.
Yeah.
Well, he did come in. He was like, oh, smoking pot. And then he left.
Well, Jay.
Now, what was the event that you guys were getting high for?
Not having a real job.
I think it was post you're unmasked at Caroline's.
Oh, I didn't even know that you were there that day.
No, I bumped into you guys afterwards.
Oh, that's
remember?
right. You came after the fact.
And then I
but then you didn't go to
shanghaied Chris and made
Anthony's
him.
party there.
No, I had to do a show. I was doing a bonfire.
Oh, you were doing bonfire. I saw Louis J. Gomez just holding court there.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever he
he's
goes,
in the
he
mix.
holds court now.
I love Louis.
Yeah.
I wonder what his take is on the Pope.
Well, you know how
Latino.
Hispanics are. I mean, they really love the Pope.
They do, yeah.
He's that kind of Hispanic.
Everybody's at the end, they all are. They'll all cut their feet in their hands and they march through town with sticks.
I wish Louis was more Hispanic. Hey, mommy.
Yeah, I love that, though.
Hey, Poppy.
I was saying this. All I see him now is on Periscope. He periscopes constantly.
I know. Why do you watch it? You're feeding the beast.
No, I'm just giving him hearts. I'm just giving him hearts. The stupider he gets.
I don't even know how that looks. Yeah, and then the problem I hate with the thing I hate with Periscope is people involve you in it like against your will. They're doing
they walk up,
like, oh, look who I'm with, huh?
Yeah,
like,
sure,
come on,
yeah,
dude. Like,
Bonfire airs Monday and Wednesday nights, 6:00. You guys are loving it, right?
Loving it.
Every time I turn it on, I can hear it's a fun, happy show. You guys are. You're having a good time with it. But then you do Legion of Skanks. That's a dark, ugly show.
It is.
End times.
It is.
That's Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So you're just constantly doing radio and podcasting now.
And the SDR show still.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you in your history of radio, your long career. I think he's pulling in maybe 30 hours of radio a week. Is that too much for my son?
I think it's coming out of the gates a lot. I like to see you play some music. Break it up with some tunes.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We do a little bit. We play our bump. Well, but the.
No, but I like
the rejoins.
How about a little song called Happy Birthday? It's up for grabs.
Oh.
Why don't you guys drag that through the gutter?
I can officially cover that now?
Yeah. No one can
With
stop
my punk
you.
ska band?
They should have taken the rights to Happy Birthday and like given it to some weird, either some Big Oil, something like that. Every time you sing it, you're digging a well, killing owls.
Or the Westboro Baptist Church. That's what we should have bought Happy Birthday. You got to go to them for it every time you want to deal with it.
I'm starting to get into them more and more. Like, at first I didn't like them, but now I'm starting that guy probably is in hell. After a while, I'm like, yeah, I think they're right. I don't agree with them about everything, but a lot of these people are in hell.
Have you ever watched that
branding.
Louis Theroux guy who goes and does documentaries? Rockumentaries, indeed. He did one where he embeds himself with the Westboro Baptist Church for a while, and he just observes it, and they let him do it for some reason. People who are over the top crazy really don't think they're saying crazy things to you.
No, yeah.
I used to have that woman on from there all the time, and I'd just be like...
The lawyer lady?
Yeah, I would just let her go on, and I'd just be stuff. And I would just say to her every once in a while, so you're saying God loves us all? And she goes, no, I'm not saying that at all. The listeners used to be so mad at me, but I thought it would just be so great just to let her talk for a while.
Well, you always had her coax the kids to sing songs.
Oh, yeah, they would
for you,
sing
too.
great parodies about who's burning in hell, like the Pope is, the Pope is a gay or whatever. But, and then at the end, she would always be like this, okay, thanks for having me on, honey. At the end of it, she would be like a person for a second.
Yeah.
It was always, I just think it's wrestling. I don't think most people believe the shit that they say.
Even the people that are in it.
Yeah.
That deep.
Yeah.
They just go home from it and they're like,
well, I grew up Catholic, and if you're not Catholic and you went to church with us, you would think that we were nuts. And our friends would say stuff like, hey, are you really not? Oh, no, don't even pay attention. We just go Sundays and then we go home. It's not a big deal to us. But when you're the outsider, you think, oh, my God. I remember if kids would come in and they would see the Stations of the Cross, which is all around the church. You just see Christ being beaten up and bleeding, and, there's statues. And they would look at it and we're like, oh, don't pay attention to that. It's just a thing that we do here. It's not a big deal.
But they live it beyond the church, all day. They're like an all-day show. It's kind of like we said how, I think I said this to you before, Larry the Cable Guy has to be Larry the Cable Guy 24/7 now. He's sold the character to the world that he has to. Same with Dice Clay, had to be Dice Clay all the time.
He drops it in a heartbeat.
Who?
Larry. He's not at all. He doesn't do that.
Does he?
Yeah.
I picture he's like a Target wearing sleeveless flannels.
Not at all.
No?
Not at all.
He doesn't. Just tucks his shirt right in. Goes right back to it.
He's not even Southern. He doesn't give it. If he comes out in public, like Hulk Hogan, you got to do it. You know what I mean? But then when he's with his friends, he's just like, oh shit, Nebraska lost again last week. I can't believe it. I don't think, I think show business is show business, no matter what it is. I think the Pope even is going to get, with his friends later, go, how did that go? Did I do all right? You know what I mean? It felt like I had him for a while, and then I heard somebody talking in the back. It pisses me off.
What is on his rider? What is his backstage like? Go ahead.
He doesn't wear the funny hat anymore. He just wears the small one. He doesn't go.
Travel hat.
Yeah.
It's an away game. He's playing the big US of A.
What am I, white this week? Is that what I go with this?
He must be like a little bit like, I mean, come on, America, we have it pretty good here. Like, our prayers composed like when he's going through some sewer village. It's like, oh, so what? You need Wi-Fi at your business? Is that really? Okay.
That actually proves that, I'm sure people just say to themselves, if I just had running water, I'd be happy. Yeah. But we're proof that that's not true.
No.
That getting things doesn't make you any happier, Because, I'm sure that you take the most successful person we could ever think of, and they're pissed. Like Steve Jobs is a perfect example. You couldn't do better than him.
Yeah.
And yet he got home and like, this fucking place drives me nuts.
But he was like Amadeus, right?
Yeah.
He was like this kind of tortured genius.
Yeah. But I think everyone is somewhat tortured,
I haven't seen that documentary yet about what's the name? Jobs.
Yeah.
But I saw the one about the guy who invented Nathan's. That was great.
What was his home life like?
Well, no one thought of brown mustard before him.
He was great.
Tired of coming home with bright yellow fingers in the corners of his fingernails.
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
Like the really old, I hate to take on your little Easter parade here, but the Jews, the turn of the century Jews, where it's like they just worked.
Right.
They lived where they worked. They had children right where they worked. Like that kind of stuff. Like that kind of Hester Street Jew. I love that. That's who he was.
And then, oddly, his kids just, bought a swimming pool and partied and did coke and never cared. That's what always happens. You work it, and you hand it over to someone, and they don't give you shit. Well, normally you hand it over to a kid, they can't keep it going, and then their kids just fucking shoot heroin and rape people. You're just like, okay.
That's what you do when the money gets handed to you.
Do you think... I would love to have money handed to me. I'd be so fucking happy.
Yeah, but you already have a work ethic.
No. I've been in radio my whole life. This is the same as if we met at a diner somewhere.
That's fair. That's true.
So if I had a lot of money, I'd go, why don't you go, hey, I'm buying lunch. Pick up Dave, and we'll have a great time today.
Yeah, it's really, it's like when you take something that's not really a job and you make it a job. That's like what comedy is. It's not really a job, and then you make it like this job, with you have to be there a certain time, you have to do that. Yeah, that's weird.
I always think the weird thing about comedy is that you have a certain amount of people who hung on street corners and they were the funny guy and they know how to tell stories. And then there's another class of people who just sat around studying like Steve Martin, and they thought about it a lot, and they didn't even make their friends laugh anywhere.
Yeah.
And then one day they're like, I think I have an act together, and they go up and start doing it. I find that so bizarrely
it's technician
different.
versus organic, though. But you could see it. I mean, the people there's a lot of really funny comics who off stage are just a dry hump. I mean, it is.
Oh, yeah. I would agree 100%.
They don't get into that on Last Comic Standing. The off-stage persona.
But which do you
lunch dates.
For oddly, it's almost like you respect the guy who was just born with a natural talent more than you respect a person who works really hard to entertain people.
Because you're viewing that person more like an actor, right? Like somebody who plays a character of somebody who's funny as opposed to someone who's
But nothing makes organic talent more bitter than somebody who works really hard and just fucking zips right by you.
Yeah.
Well, I usually feel like it's the other way around, where it's like the guy who's naturally gifted or the lady that's naturally gifted is kind of like we'll slowly move forward, whereas we'll move forward quicker than the guy who's struggling, the joke writer, the guy who hasn't really figured it out yet. And there's no, there's no guarantee that there's, like a win at the end for anybody. But, the guy who like is the classic joke writer, or the guy who's not like low key, really nothing, like there's nothing exceptional about them. I'll put myself in that boat where it's just like, you just tell jokes, and then there's somebody who like, whatever, like has a, whatever, the guy who goes up there and has the funny walk, or like the weird background, that guy usually gets more play from the industry. But I never care about that. Like, performance to me, I think is like, is important, more important to the audience than it is to me as a comic. I appreciate the joke writing.
But you're talking more about like zany versus joke writing. But you are no,
I like joke writing.
But you're an example though of like organic talent though. Like, you're a funny person. No, off stage.
What I am, Jay, is a leader. Maybe it's the debates. I'm trying to work that word into my. I think that like, I'm lucky because like I bombed a lot, and now like I'm kind of like, I kind of know what I want to do and don't want to do. Whereas a lot of people starting now, like, there's all the pressure of first being funny, and then also like these stakes of things that they want to do. It's like I've kind of done all the stuff I want to do. So now it's really just for me and I guess the fans. So, Well,
that's a problem too with early, like, because you can kill with an audience very early in comedy if you just kind of learn the rhythm and cadence of comedy. You know what I mean? Like,
some people are born with it. Some
that's
people
true.
are just born with it.
But without like solid joke, I have tapes of myself starting very young that the crowd looks like I'm doing as good as I've ever done, but I mean, the jokes are just atrocious.
But they were also in a younger crowd too. You know what I mean? That's the thing, and I did this from working in radio, that I was young, working to young people, and I'm like, we're going out to this gig, and 1 million people would show up, and they're all like, call this place, and they would all go crazy. But then, people get caught up in their life. So a lot of times, if you look at a lot of comedians, by the time that they get really good at it, their audience, their core audience, is somewhat exhausted. You know what I mean? And they're not like, I would like to go out and see him at Valley Forge. On the other hand, I have a TV and an easy chair.
Yeah, sure.
But it's very rare to see any comedian who, you look at, I'll say Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
At the point that he is now, the stuff that he thinks about and works on is by far the best he's ever done in his life. You won't say that of any musician. You won't say, in his 50s, whose songwriting ability really kicked in. The musicians are always working from a place of nostalgia. But with comedians, you really do enter another zone at a certain age.
Colin is a great example of a guy who I think is naturally gifted as both a performer, charisma, smarts, all that stuff. Presence, and his intellect and his ability to translate that into like the comedy that he does is exceptional. I mean, like, I grew up in comedy watching him. He was a role model to me, and like to see like all the different twists and turns in his career, and like how at the end of it, like, he's the guy who's doing these one-man shows with something to say. That to me is also very like, I know it's like, yeah, but where's the movie? It's like, like I think that to me as a guy who also is a self-starter and a producer of material, it's like, I really that's like the ultimate props, if you ask me. Like,
I agree 100%.
Do his own thing. And, like either the crowd, and by the way, this after 5 one-man shows or whatever, like this is the one that's it's hitting. It's really doing well, and it's like way overdue.
Well, we were just talking about Regan. He has his own audience that
built in,
cares about him, who, but oddly, if you're not a fan of Brian Regan's, you probably don't know him. Like, people who know him
very true,
are just absolute fans of him. And then you could say, well, I brought this up even to him. The last time that he did Letterman, and he did 29 Lettermans, more than anyone else. Ray Romano come out, the place went crazy because it's everything was Raymond, and he talked. And then Brian came out and had to win the crowd over. Killed, but I'm watching at home going, really? It's going to take you guys 2 or 3 jokes before you trust this fucking guy.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no pop when he brought Brian Regan.
Right.
Sure.
They were just, bridge and tunnel people.
To speak to what you said before, I think if I had to give an answer for like the music, like why the Stones aren't going to make an amazing new song now, is because I think music is written from struggle. It's why like Guns N' Roses, when they got back together, like who wants to hear a new Guns N' Roses? It'll be okay at very best. Do you know what I mean? Because it's written from like the struggle, broke, kind of grimy, downtrodden parts of life. I think comedy gets better. So when you're wealthy and things are going great, it's hard to write a song about like, the plight of anything or anything that deep. I think comedy grows with experience and knowledge. So you need to get older almost to find like the strongest you can be.
And also there's a focus of being like a conversationalist. Like I think that people get better at conversation with
quiet
age
spots.
And, totally.
Yeah. Listening, you can listen better as you get older. You're not just screaming all the time.
I think producers can get better, like music producers can get better like, as they get older, like kind of learning everything. But I mean, like as far as like songwriting, like music, like lyrics and stuff, I think it's hard for like.
What about Johnny Cash?
What the fuck? Yeah. I mean, what the hell?
I'll tell you, those last Johnny Cash albums are
He
my
went to
favorites.
another level of like, wow.
Yeah.
What they covers though,
Staring in the
essentially?
abyss.
Yeah, there were a lot of covers, but you're performing those songs as well. You know what I mean? Like, he did some songs that I thought were even cheesy before I heard him do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm fucking sitting and listening to Cash doing it. I was rocked by it.
Sure. Well, he has the talent. I mean, the talent can grow. But I mean, as far as like just writing a thing, it's like I don't believe any kind of sad sex story from like a guy who's I know. He was in a Ferrari accident last week. It's like he's got 3 women
about
pregnant.
you, Jay? You're now being, let's face it, you're being more well known as a guy who brings races together and gets them to date.
Yes.
On the internet more than your
Gold
stand-up.
teeth brothers and big fat booty white bitches.
And this is on ComedyCentral.com.
Yeah.
Right. And when did you actually do these? Was this like earlier this summer?
Earlier this summer, yeah.
Yeah.
I decided for some reason to wear a long sleeve shirt under a t-shirt and some jeans on a super hot day on a roof.
Yeah, I saw you climb up on the roof. I'm like, easy, Jay. Don't.
Yeah. Jay is right. That was a miserable shoot day.
Yeah.
So they haven't picked up the show yet.
Well, we only released 1 episode so far. So Monday, another one will come out, and then the following Monday. But the response has been good, they said. So they're all funny. They're definitely funny.
Yeah.
Metzger helped out with it. Like he would be on set with us all day. And
The Emmy Award winner?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
the Emmy Award winner, Kurt Metzger.
Yeah.
That was great.
Like Jay was hosting, we did the Camden Oddball thing.
Yeah.
And have you ever been to one of these?
No.
I mean, you've been to a million festivals, though, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what would you describe like when you go out into because you did the 10 show and then you hosted, which is like 12 hours of comedy, and he also drove. Like he's driving me. Like that's a long day. So, but I was gonna say, what would you describe because you've done like Metal Fest and all that stuff.
Sure.
How is it different? Like in the Village, like in the where you can buy a beer and a burger. Like how is the Village? Is it different?
Oh yeah. Well, these are comedy fans essentially.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're coming out. They're coming to a festival show with like tucked in shirts and shit. Like you'll never see that. Like Mayhem Fest was just you get to step over people who are just passing out from drunken heat stroke and
there's not
animals.
there's not a lifestyle for a comedy fan, is there? Like if you go to a metal show, you should look metal. If you go to a hip hop show, you should look hip hop. But you don't go, where's my comedy clothes? I want to go out and see David Tell.
Yeah, there's none. So people just
My
come
black
in,
t-shirt.
people just come in anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like pretty. It's what I will say about it, and it's not about the booking. They have plenty of black comics on the show, but it's the whitest event I've ever seen. Oddball Festival. It's so
Is that
white.
right?
The audience. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, what percentage you think of black people go out to, other than like a Kevin Hart show? But comedy is basically
I guess it's true. In Philly, 58,000 people already just saw comedy a week before.
Right.
At Lincoln Financial, Kev did.
How do you do?
Probably good.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a crush.
Yeah.
I mean, it did it for a special. Yeah. Put Keith Robinson out there, which is pretty cool. My sister went to it, said it was unbelievable.
Well, I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I am. I added a show at Helium in Philly about a week later,
Yeah.
and I was up against the Made in America tour with Jay-Z. So, yeah. So, I held my own, all right?
David Tell is with us. You can see him in New Jersey at Bananas Comedy Club, September 26th. Also, headlining Caroline's Comedy Club.
I'm excited about that.
Thanksgiving weekend. We all did that Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, that was fun.
We gave away turkey. We gave away turkey and mashed potatoes.
At the Hard Rock.
Yeah. And that was the last time I think that I've ever done that I saw Tommy Rhodes, but he just checked in the other day. He's in Malaysia.
Is he?
Yeah, he gets further and further away from us every tour. So finally, Mars.
Yeah, he really is.
It's all that. It's all. It's like he's in Malaysia, and then you go to a club, and it's like, oh, he was just here at Hilarities in
Yeah, he does both.
Puxatawny, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you're right. He does both.
The Malaysian market is not what it used to be.
Yeah. Most of the people are just like, I don't understand anything that he's saying.
Yeah, that really is the wanderlust of him. He really is that guy,
Well, he took his passport out last year. It was just gigantic, and it's just all beaten up and ugly, and it's 5 times bigger than a passport should be. And sooner or later, he's got to say to himself, now what? Where can I possibly go? Some hut in Africa.
He's not a married guy, right?
Yeah, he's married now. He married a beautiful girl from, I guess, Holland or someplace like that.
What can drive you to all that international traveling if pussy's not even part of the equation?
Well, I don't know what their setup is, Jay. I didn't ask them.
No, Tom is.
You think she's cool? Look, I don't consider cheating if it's Malaysian pussy.
Yeah.
He's a world traveler, but I guess he's probably there for the, Malaysian Comedy Festival.
Yeah, they're doing that.
Just for laughs.
Yeah, he's doing a podcast there too. So it's just some local kid, but apparently getting a lot of clicks. A lot of people
podcast
like it.
network. How does he get that information? He's like, hey, welcome to Malaysia. I got to find some Wi-Fi.
What is your favorite podcast? If you had to choose, if you had to drop everything else, who would you drop?
Of
Who
his
would you
podcast?
keep? Yeah, could you do what? How many podcasts now?
2 podcasts on the radio show.
Okay.
And your web series.
Then your web series.
And your volunteer.
Your volunteer work. You're down at hospitals cheering kids up.
What would I drop?
Yeah. You gotta
None
be
of
honest now.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop any of them.
You have
They're
to.
all-
You have to. Let's
You have to
say
start
Nazis had
honing
your
the
parents.
brand.
Yeah. Nazis had your parents. They came in. They were going to shoot both your parents. It was provided that your dad could get home from work.
I didn't hear the episode you did with Lewis, but I feel like this is how you got Lewis. Lewis called me after he left here last time and said, Ron, I don't know how he does it, but he got me to say some pretty shitty things about you.
Is that right?
I was like, oh, I'm not going to listen.
All I said was, what's going on with you and Jay? That was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a leading question.
Yeah. Well,
leading
he's
the
got
witness.
19 different podcasts that he does, too.
He does. It's hard to say because really the amount of work versus the reward of each one is different. Like SDR show that I do with Ralph Sutton, who's been here before with me.
Yeah.
Like the show does well, and he does 100% of the work. I have to show up for an hour on Monday night and just be funny.
Isn't that how it is with all your partners, though? No matter who you're working with,
Yeah.
they have to do all the work.
No,
You get all the,
no, that's not true at all.
you get all the reward miles.
I definitely do. I do a lot for Legion of Skanks for sure, and I definitely do. And me and Soda are equal parts with the radio show. So no, it's just, like I said, it's hard to say. Like,
And what's that show called again?
which,
The one with you and Dan.
the Bonfire.
Oh, that's the Bonfire.
Why do you call it that?
Man, we were just spitballing names one day, and that one kind of stuck. That was it.
It really does feel like you're going to tune in and hear old folksy tunes
Yeah.
and cowboy
Oh, we like how
stories.
silly it sounds too.
Yeah.
It's
you have
catching.
crickets and the
See, the
and
thing
now the
is,
What's
story
funny
of
is
the
it is
ghosts.
catching though. Like people were on Twitter and social media were actually shitting on the name at first,
Yeah.
and people were actually tweeting now. Like the more it's out there, the more
Beatles is a stupid
Yeah,
name.
but that's
Don't
just
worry
you
about
and
it.
Dan
Every
doing
name is,
that, but-
yeah. But see, here's the thing. You talk around a campfire. Normally you don't talk about around a bonfire. It's too big.
Yeah. That's either you're celebrating something or you're about to really change things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, we're like old guys singing doo-wop.
See, a bonfire is what they had in Ferguson after the cops went to.
Yes.
That was a bonfire. Yeah.
We're going to call it garbage fire.
That's better.
The garbage fire.
It gives it more of an urban element.
You can save that one for Anthony's
Electrical
network.
fire.
Now, what do I got to do to get on any of these shows? I'd love to come in and I want to be on the Skanks. Is the show?
Yeah, we'd
but
love
I know
to
one of your
have you, but I
producers.
just don't know if it's going to work out.
Chemistry wise?
Yeah, I just worry about that. A
And
lot
what
of talking
about-
over each other.
Isn't that the one you do in Queens?
We did one in Queens. We did one in the city at Anthony Cumia's studio.
Mm-hmm.
He opened up on 35th Street.
Yeah, I definitely got to do Anthony's show.
Yeah,
too,
it's got a lair. It's actually like a Batman's lair.
It really is it's quite a studio.
Yeah, it's nice.
They got a nice little setup over there.
I went in and people were having sex on the floor.
Wow.
I believe you.
Sounds pretty cool.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Now, is it 5 o'clock yet? Well, the Pope is here. Cut it out. Clamp it down.
Everybody put their beers under the table.
Somebody should try to get the Pope to appear at like a gay marriage bachelor party or something.
I'd love to get. I mean, he's going to be at St. Patrick's. I'd love to have him stop by here. It's close enough.
First thing you should do is pick one cardinal out and just slap him in the face. Just to show who's boss. Daddy's here. Heavenly Father is here.
He's got a bat in his teamwork, right? Teamwork. Standing behind.
In the middle of your
Get
interview.
the nuns out of here. I don't want them seeing this. Get those nuns out of here.
I want him to come in just so in the middle of the interview you can go. He goes, so we're talking to the Pope. He's going to be appearing at in Philly.
That'd be great. I would
give his credits. You have his credit page.
Yeah, I'd love to do plugs for him. Look, I think he's turning things around. This is just my prediction.
People love this Pope.
When he leaves and everybody lets this sink in, peace on earth. We're gonna
here.
Well, peace on earth. No, we're gonna get rid of the army.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna get. It's gonna be so nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just from this Pope.
Yeah.
Who's okay with gay people.
He loves gay people.
He's
all
the
about
best
Big
with
fan.
everybody.
Well, you know what did it for the Pope with gay people was Modern Family. He's like, that show was so funny.
loves it.
Yet there's always a little
I thought
part there at the
it was
end.
going to be electronic dance music, but what do I know?
That shit's so good, though. That's your next. You go.
Your next phase.
Yeah.
I cut my hair. I'm getting ready to
Yeah.
get some EDM. All I got to get some fur boots.
Yeah. You could be the
And a
EDM
vest.
dating guy.
That's right. What's up, y'all?
So this show's doing very well for you, though. The dating thing, it's popping.
Well, we'll see. It's just a, it's a web series.
you're getting feedback, right?
Yes, the feedback, people seem to like it.
Well, the big thing with you and Comedy Central is the hour. That's happening, right?
Yeah.
That's
that
going to
is
be great.
happening.
Live.
That I'm very proud of, Jed.
I'll be doing
Live.
it.
When does that happen?
I wish they would let me do it live. That would be great.
That would
we're
be
gonna
like 10 minutes of warnings before they air it. Warning, this is a live performance. You're going to hear.
yeah. Everyone, seriously, if there's kids, seriously make them leave.
I will not be able to make it, but I want to show up earlier, and I want you guys just to record some cutaway shots for me. So crazy. You got it, buddy.
Nobody around
It's
you
live.
in the audience.
It's live.
That's my buddy up there. That's my guy.
I love you, man.
I think it looks like we're going to be doing it at Webster Hall main
Yeah.
room, which is pretty neat.
That's going to be
I'm
great.
excited for that.
I had to break in here with the news thing. The Pope he's saying stuff that I can't believe. He actually just said this. He thinks America should do away with the smoking ban.
Wow.
No,
I didn't know he smoked.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. So cool. Why are we stopping people?
Now we just started another.
Why would we stop people from doing something they want to do?
Is this guy the best or what?
Soft drink.
Has he mentioned women yet or no?
No. He doesn't like women at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, but
Yeah.
other than that.
Yeah, you haven't even seen a woman anywhere near him.
No.
Stay home, bitches. We're smoking in bars again.
He has yeah.
I can't. So I guess he smokes.
Yeah, he smokes, and he feels like he should be able to smoke wherever he wants to.
Wow.
It's insanely great, though.
The Pope's got a carton of duty-free cigarettes.
I wonder who lobbied him for that.
I think it's just off the top of his head. You know what I mean? He just was going on things that he thinks would improve
want.
things. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Regret it later, though.
That'd be good if he also made fun of us, like, "Oh, I can't smoke here," and then he says like this little, "Oh, can I smoke over here now?" You know, he makes a big deal about how like, yeah. Oh, you don't want to go to heaven. Yeah. He's the one who could tell us that, like, you know, you should get up there because you can smoke wherever you want and you have to smoke.
Now, I'm going to point this out to you because you tried to correct him when he said it. But Dave actually made the point that he wasn't naturally funny. You know what I mean? That he's a joke writer. And then went off in a bit that if I had 10 years to sit and write, I couldn't have come up with, "Can I smoke over here now?"
Right. You deserve better than that.
If Dave told me he was hilarious or he killed, I think he found he had cancer that morning.
I like when we do our post oddball.
He goes, they hate me. I'm old.
I'm not relevant.
You said that was great how you broke on that because you were like, you're like, I mean, I didn't kill him. Like, Dave, I just like you definitely killed. You're like, no, I know what a kill feels like. And that wasn't a kill. I go, I'll argue that you have no idea what a kill feels like. Yeah, maybe I don't.
I remember all the serious, like, mental, like, Olympics is over. Me telling a masturbation joke that didn't get the laugh I wanted. Right. It's not like it was like, you know, we're in the operating room. We lost a patient. It's like I'm putting him through the ringer to hear about this. One of my stupid jerk-off jokes.
Great to see you guys. So see
Thank
David
you
Tell.
again.
Oh, anytime, seriously. Bananas Comedy Club in New Jersey, and then Dave is headlining Caroline's Comedy Club Thanksgiving weekend. Big J Ogerson does a million different podcasts. The Skanks, which, seriously, if you guys could get me on, I'd love to. I'd love to just do it
How about
once.
that, Jay?
I'm getting so tired of saying open invitation.
Then the
your daughter's even sad at me about this.
No, do you want to?
Come on.
Let's do it. The Bonfire is Monday and Wednesday, and then, of course, the Oddball Comedy Tour, and then Lucky Loser online. Go to Lucky Loser.
Do you want to destroy Luis Gomez internally? You come be a guest on the Bonfire.
No. I want that to be about you guys. I told you that's the smart thing. Keep it about you guys for a while. I don't want to.
We are. No, we're doing.
If I came in there, I would be like the chemistry would be gone.
I gotta go smoke a cigarette with the Pope.
Good. All right, we'll be right back. It is the best of Bennington. I don't even know if I introduced us the last break, but if you're brand new to the show, let's suppose you're just getting a Sirius XM with your new car. It's called the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo. We
say no relation, but that is a joke. And then we say there is our relation, Stanley Bennington.
What's up?
And that's also a joke. So...
You'll catch up.
Yeah. I haven't, though.
You'll get it.
Like my parents said to me, why is Chris on the show? And I said, that's an interesting question. Because when I offered Chris to go somewhere else and do a show with me, he turned me down. And that's the part of 2015 I'm always going to remember. You know?
Most memorable part?
It is the most memorable part. Just like if you ever were like a fan of the Lone Ranger. And then Tonto said, nope, not this time. And then you come back and then Tonto says, yeah, how you doing, man? What are we doing? I'm like, that's odd. But you just come sometimes. Robert Kelly is the unmasked we're going to be playing today. One of my favorite people of all time. First of all, he's extremely funny. His background is so unique, heartbreaking in a lot of it. When you hear his stories, the stories that he feels are normal, you're like, here's a guy that maybe people would have bet against when he was a kid, you know?
Yeah.
And look at him. He's a successful gentleman, TV star of stand-up. He's just incredibly funny. And beyond that, he's a sweetheart. When he talks about his chick or his kid, it just really, really moves me.
It comes off that way so much. Like, he just gives the sweetest vibes. Like, on top of being funny, you can just feel it from listening to him. Like, he seems like the sweetest dude going.
It's okay if you love him. That's what I'm saying. No one's going to judge you and say that you sound effeminate. You can say, I love Robert Kelly, and feel okay about it. At one point, he says to me during the thing, you're not going to make me cry. And I wasn't set up to make him cry. That is a myth that I want people to cry during Unmasked. I don't. I just want to assist them as they tell their story. And if they're in the mood to cry, I'll cry with them. If we're in the mood to laugh, we'll laugh. And if we just start wanting to shoot the place up, I'll go in that direction too.
You roll with it. That's why you're a good interviewer.
I didn't even know that I was.
You are.
Get that word out then. On that, what's that thing called? The iPhones?
Yeah.
The Apple iPhones? I want it to come just like you two did with every single Apple iPhone. Yeah, forced to hear it. This is Unmasked with a favorite of Opie Radios and a favorite of us here at Raw Dog. This is Unmasked with Robert Kelly.
I didn't know I was going to have to follow the fucking groundlings. What the fuck was that? I don't even... Was that... I don't know. Was it improv? Was it did you work that out in an apartment somewhere?
You know, Robert, a lot of people don't understand science. And basically that was just the power of hypnosis. But one more time, Robert Kelly. Let him hear it, guys. Let me say this.
Yeah.
This is a really good time to be you. There's a lot of good stuff happening in your life right now.
Yeah, it's fucking, yeah, it is great, yeah. I mean, you know, I still have shitty self-esteem, so I'm, you know.
But you say you have shitty self-esteem.
Yeah.
You've got a TV special coming out, done exactly the way you wanted to do it, in the place you want to do it.
Yeah.
You got a TV show coming out. This is everything that you dreamed about. How can it be bad?
Well, because I think it's a comic thing. I don't think I'm good enough. Do you know what I mean? Like even these people here, like in my brain, like they don't know me. They really know you. You know, when you said, hang on, let me just finish. I'm not saying that to you. No, fuck it. So 4 people go, no, we're here for you. And no, I'm not kidding. Like when you said my name, I got nervous. That's 3 people were going to be like, woo. And then you're going to have to go, come on.
Now,
you know what I mean?
I will tell you, this place is packed with the stand in New York City. Yeah. And we could have done this show about 10, 12 times. Right. Because the people who come out to see you for this. This is your crowd.
Yeah.
Great. And you say it's a comics thing. Yeah. But you know, I've met happy comics, right? There's some people that
really.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm happy in my life, which I think it's the first time I've ever been happy as a human being.
Right.
But I'm still not happy as a comedian. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I got a kid, I got a wife, I got a ranch, I got a driveway, I got all that fucking weird shit that I never thought I wanted. I always avoided because I thought it would make me less funny. If you fell in love, you take away the edge. If you get a kid, your fucking life is ruined. If you move to the suburbs and get a driveway, you're just gonna stay home and be a douche and watch fucking, you know, the Housewives or something. It's the exact opposite. As soon as I became happy in my life and I started doing, all of a sudden my creativity started opening up, and I was like, oh shit, I don't give a fuck about anybody anymore except 2 people.
Right.
Oh, you know, and it's like, fuck it, I'll say whatever I want.
And and now you actually have somebody to go to work for, right? Those 2 people is a lot different than being that single comic on the road who doesn't care.
Yeah, that, you know what? I mean, yeah, absolutely. I have a kid. That hasn't really kicked in yet, where I look at a kid and go, I have to work harder. I took a nap today. Like right when he woke up from his nap. When I probably should have been like, maybe I'll help my wife. I was like, I'm tired too. I gotta, you know, I have to talk for a couple hours tonight. You know what I have to sit and talk. I'm just, you know, stressed.
Right.
So I'm still like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, look, absolutely. But it's more the fucking anxiety that people have created. Like, I think the curve now is so different for comics, you know, with fucking Louis and Burr putting out a new special every 6 weeks, and it's not even it's like fucking way amazing than the last one, and now you're like, oh, I fucking suck. There's a constant state of I suck or I'm gonna suck. So it's like keep working.
But here's the thing: those two funny guys who are tremendous and are doing great work think that you're hilarious. And I mean, just imagine when you went back and started doing stand-up, if the guys who were at the top of the game would turn around and say that this guy's next, this guy's hysterical. I mean, the place that you're in. Yeah. You got to feel good about it.
I do feel good, man. It's a hard thing, though, to accept, like, especially in this business, because, you get so close. Literally, one person says yes, your dreams come fucking true. So it's like you go to one audition, and one motherfucker goes, yeah, him. Your whole fucking life could change. You know, it's like this special. Mm-hmm. You know, people say what you want to do is you want to own your special. You want to own your hour. You want to own your material. But as a comic, most comics, we can't own our material because you need the money to fucking pay for it, to own it, to sell it. So you don't have that. So you have to have somebody with a lot of money go, we'll pay for it, we own it, and fucking we'll just expose you. That's the kind of trade-off. You know what I mean? So it's to finally be in a position where, like, you know, you take that risk and it works out, and all of a sudden there's success behind that. It's fucked up. It's a fucking weird feeling because you kind of want to be humble, but you kind of want to stand up and be like, fuck yeah. I fucking, I'm the shit, kind of.
Well, I will tell you where you own that special. Yeah. From the moment you come out on stage until you leave. Yeah. I mean, you're throwing fucking haymakers. I was laughing because in the first 10 minutes of this, I think you did 50 minutes material. You were just... and I'm like, go, man, go. It was like, I felt like that thumb breaker for Rocky when he was just like, yeah, go for it, Rock. You know, because you had that moment where you're like, I know what I'm doing with this material. Yeah. I know what I'm doing with this crowd. Yeah. Well, it was comfortable. You know, the big thing for me over the last 3 years, I wanted to do a special in a club. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fucking theater comic. I don't play theaters. I've done big theaters. I've done 3,000 seaters. I've done 18,000 people. I've done the O&A virus, which was fucking huge. But I'm a fucking club guy. I'm every weekend I'm at some fucking club making a bunch of cocksuckers laugh. That's beautiful, Bobby. I'm getting a little teared up this time.
But, like, I'm battling it out in these, like, this is some intimate shit right here. Right. This is what comedy is. It's like I can see when I say something and his face, he doesn't like it. You know what I mean? As soon as you walk out in front of a crowd, I look at his head and I just want to make fun of you. Not in a bad way, just be like, I like a Records face that you have. You know what I mean? You just want to start saying shit. Right. That was like Patrice's, the difference between Patrice's special and the difference between his CD. One was at a club and one was at a theater. And the laughs are different. Even in here, I can hear individual laughs. You can hear when you say something that makes somebody laugh a little. You can't do that in a theater. It's this rolling, and you can't say anything to the guy in the front row because he's 5 feet down and 10 feet away. But if you listen to his CD, the fucking guy in the front row, he goes, "What's your name?" And he goes, "Tulu." He went, "What?" That's one of the funniest bits I've ever heard, and it would have never happened at a theater because everybody else would have never heard the guy go, "Tulu." You would have been like, "What the fuck did that cocksucker say?" And I think that's comedy to me. So when we did this in the small venue, it took so much to, nobody wanted us to do it, man. Nobody wanted us to fucking do that. So now to be able to film it in this small fucking, the way I wanted to do it, the way I think comedy exists, where comedy lives most of the time is this shit. This little intimate 200 or less venue. You know what I mean? There was fucking the club owner just clapped. Yeah. Yeah, this is what we need. Yeah. Fuck Caroline's. 80 seats in a basement. You fucking feel the front door open every fucking 5 seconds.
But I agree with you. I know that this was shot at the Underground. Yeah. Bobcat, who who I think is an amazing director, shot it. But when you watch this, it kind of looks like 1963, The Village. Yeah. It looks like, right after you, David Steinberg or Woody Allen is going to walk out. Yeah, and that's comedy. You know?
Jim Serpico and Bobcat. Here's the thing. We were ready to do this 2 years ago. I did an hour and 40 each show. I did 2 shows, hour and 40, hour and 50 each show, because I was supposed to do this special 2 years ago. And we got down, we picked the blah, 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 and then at the last minute they were like, fuck you. We need you to do it in a big theater. And I said, no. I'm out. And I walked away, which sucked because now I'm not doing my special. So now cut to a year later or whatever, I have almost 2 specials. So you talk about that pace. It's like part of that's just being a Boston comic. That's what you do because you're usually performing in some Chinese restaurant, and you're like fucking cocksucker, fucking boo, wow, good night, take it easy, Lenny Clark. And then he comes up, fucking cocksucker, and then Bill Burr, fuck you. That's just the way it was. But some of it, I had so much shit that I wanted to fucking get through, and Bob. And the big part of it was like we wanted to capture the way comedy used to be back in the day when you see Lenny Bruce or Richard Pryor's first. Have you ever seen that one where he's at the Improv over on 43rd Street, and it's just a brick wall, a fucking light shooting through, some smoke, and that's it. Like you could tell a joke and see the fucking people laughing at the same time. Yeah, it wasn't a cut shot to a laugh that they did before. It was, you could see me how funny I was. Like I'm this funny. Like I'm telling the joke and you're seeing the people laugh as I do it. You can't do that in the theater. And we wanted it to be this cinematic vibe, like it's almost like a movie instead of, I feel like specials became unspecial. You know what I mean? Like it's like this fucking long, it's like a 4-minute monologue TV set. It's just this perfect, beautiful, oh my God, pan shot of the crowd's head and then this magical, like, wow. Comedy's fucking not like that. It's some waitress walking by, some fucking dude's knee on the stage, and you know what I mean? You tell a joke, fucking everybody laughs except for that twat, and you're like, ugh, why isn't she liking me? Yeah. What the fuck do I have to do to get everybody to like me? And then you go, what's wrong with you? No, I like you. This is the way I laugh, And then you're like, oh, I'm sorry. That to me, that was comedy. So that's why they actually did it, and that was great because I wanted that, and then they're so good. I just let them do it, and they did it, which was awesome. Bobcat's fucking amazing. Jim Serpico's fucking insane. So, and the crew they put together was awesome too. And the Village Underground, man, Noam gave us that place. He let us do that special there. That Village Underground, the West Village is fucking so historic for comedy. Sure. It's ridiculous. And that's venue, it's like, you ever see a special and it's like, I know I'm rambling so someone can clap in the background to shut me the fuck up. But
all right, stop it. That's not it.
That was Jim Serpico. But I think the actual venue itself should be a personality. Sure. In the special. You ever see like from the Purple Onion, fucking Zaka? It's like the venue is part of the special. Most of the specials you see, you don't even know where they're fucking shot. It's like, it doesn't matter. I love the fact that the Village Underground is part of why this special's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly true. Yeah. And also something that you brought up earlier is Boston. Yeah. And something amazingly cool happened in Boston where it keeps happening over and over. So many great guys came out of there. Yeah. What is it about Boston? And what is it about the guys that you came up with?
I don't know, man. It was like, I think we were talking about, I forget who we were talking about this with, but it's like that, I think it was on my podcast. It's like, I don't know if, it's like weird. Like, now that we've won so many fucking championships and Boston is so nice, I don't think we're going to produce any more fucking good comics. I think part of the fucking we were just miserable people. Just like we never win. We always second place. It's fucking cold. We're racist. It's segregated. It's like, fuck you, this and that. And you get beat up by the cop. It was like, what the fuck place to live? But we were nice people.
Yeah. Who were the guys that you came up with? Who's your class?
My class was Patrice, Burr, Dane. Yeah, I know, right? Bob Marley. No, he's actually a comedian, you assholes. I swear to God, he's one of Bob Marley. He fucking. I respect this guy so much. He was in L.A., got all the fucking deals back in the late 90s, early 2000s, where, you know, they would just say, oh, you're fucking funny. Here's $250,000 holding you so nobody else will get you for a year. And then you just sit for a year because you got all this money, and then you just get another one the next year. And you just keep doing that. And he was the only one that, like, just every time he did that, he bought a house and bought a house and bought a house. And then he went, fuck L.A. Fuck this business. I sold all his houses, bought a big house in Maine where he's from, and he's the king of Maine. I'm not even kidding. He owns like a massive house. He has a fucking RV, like a bus, and he just rolls up to a gig with all his friends and family, does a gig, gets thousands of dollars, and just fucking goes makes furniture in the fucking the woods of Maine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just doing comedy, but he's hilarious. He's one of the funniest guys ever.
Well, here's the thing about, and you brought up that class, and you go over those guys.
Yeah, I'm the least funny out of all of them.
Which, look, even if you were the least, you're in that fucking gang. You know what I mean? It's like someone saying, oh, you have the worst percentage on the 1927 Yankees. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a fucking good thing.
Yeah, but it is a good thing, but you're still that guy with a ring, and people are like, why do you have that ring? Look. Oh, I was on the team. Oh, no shit. Oh, yeah, you. I remember you. I remember when he got hurt, you came. Yeah. You came in.
Well, here's what's always amazing. I remember when you could turn on a TV and you could tell if somebody was an L.A. comic or a New York comic. But if you look at that class that you're talking about, Patrice, Burr, Dane, you, Bob Marley. Yeah. And you look at...
He's fucking funny, dude.
I know. I'm proud of him.
He would have been great in that beginning bit, too. Improvs.
See, here's the thing. None of you guys remind me of each other, and I think of that as a Boston thing. I think the uniqueness of the comics.
You know, it's weird that... I don't want to trash. I think comedy now is fucking awesome. I think the young guys coming up are fucking great. I have a lot of them on my show. I don't want to trash joke writing or joke tellers or whatever. But I think when we came up, we were all similar, but we were all very, very different. Even when we came to New York. I mean, we came to New York, all of us, kind of around the same couple years. And then it's Norton, it's Voss, you know what I mean, Keith Robinson. We're all the same, but we were so fucking different. And I don't know what that is, but it seems like... I don't know. It seems like comedy kind of changes once in a while. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's a Boston thing. I think it was that time of comedy that you just had to be you more so than you had to be a great joke writer. You just had to go up, be funny as you, and that was the kind of emphasis of our group. Is but
you had to be original.
Yeah, you had to be original. But if you're you can't be not original because there's only fucking one of you. You know what I mean? That was like the emphasis. Like, be you. Stop being. Don't try to. If I tried to be him, it'd be like, dude, you're trying to be me. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is a weird. Like, I don't see that too much anymore. You kind of.
Well, none of you sold yourself as TV friendly. I mean, I guess Dane, because he looks like a movie star, so that kind of worked for him.
Yeah.
But you never saw, and right now, Patrice O'Neal is a legend.
Yeah.
But he wasn't always. And he stayed, and I'll use his term, righteous. You know what I mean? That was what he wanted to do.
Yeah, it was weird with him. It was like just before he passed away, he was just about to, he was himself until the business said, fuck it. We're not going to change him. So fuck it. Like, he was, they try to change you, I think. They try to make you be nicer or more cordial or kind of more show busy, I think, where, hey, you cater to us and we'll give you something. He was like, fuck that. I remember one time he was, we both entered this Showtime contest or some shit. You get a half hour on Showtime. And I remember I was in it and we got passed to the second round. And I was like, yay. And then I remember I didn't get passed to the next round, but he did. And he was staying at my house. Which fucking sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember he was like, yo, give me a ride to the club. And I was like, all right. Like, I had to drive him to where the third round was. And then I remember he passed that and got it, and he called me. He goes, yo, come pick me up. And I was like, fuck you. No. Yeah. And I remember telling him, I'm not your fucking limo driver. And I was like, he was like, yeah, you're not a limo, you're my friend, you fucking idiot. Get the fuck down here. And I was like, you're right. I'm your all right. So I remember I picked him up and he got the thing and he kind of changed my perspective. It's like, okay, we are friends. Fuck this shit. He came back to my house and I remember, they were filming it and they were going through it and he snapped on the people because of the sound. The sound wasn't right. It was right for recording for them, but it wasn't right for comedians. You understand? Like, I need to hear the speakers coming back is my tempo. So if I hear me, I know when to go, how loud to go. It's a weird fucking crazy science that we instinctually create over years of doing this, that we know how loud to be, when to fucking stop, and it's all us hearing ourselves through the monitors. And he couldn't hear himself, and the first show sucked. He screamed and yelled and they were mad, and I remember he came back, he was fucking almost in tears, like, what the fuck, man? If I just shut the fuck up, then I'm gonna look like an asshole and I'm gonna be a piece of shit. But if I don't, I'm gonna fucking lose this. Everybody was telling him to shut the fuck up and just, stop being you. Stop. Just take this hit. And he never would. He was like, he said, I'd rather them be uncomfortable than me. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I would so be uncomfortable. I don't even have to, you don't have to have the mic on. Just fucking use somebody else's voice.
You always have just the opposite of a moment of clarity.
Yeah, like, like I was like, what the fuck? But when he said that to me, it really did take me a couple years before I learned this motherfucker is different. This guy is taking a chance on himself. And I was like, fuck, shit, I get it. I get it now. It doesn't matter. He was going to let his comedy do the talking, live or die by his jokes. And I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy.
But here's the thing, Bobby. Every time that I would see Patrice O'Neal in any different special, I would always think to myself, who drove him? Who got him there? And then picked him back up.
Yeah, at the beginning. It was so funny, too. He was the worst driver when he finally got a fucking car, he's such an asshole, too. The first car was like a big red Cadillac. Just fucking... And he was the worst driver in the world. I remember he went through a red light, and I screamed at him, "You're going through a fucking red light." He stopped and backed up. I'm like, that's not what that's worse. And he was so calm. He'd be like, whatever, Bobby. And it's so funny. He's so many fucking funny times with that cocksucker. And I think that's what made us funny too. Is look at those O&A virus shows, right? Mm-hmm. I remember we all when we had to do those shows, we would fucking call each other weeks before, panicking that we had to go out in front of these motherfuckers. Like, fuck, it's outdoors. It's like fucking, they're drinking all day. Like someone's dying. Who's it going to be? You know, I remember Voss would call me, what are you going to do? You know? Think I could do the same thing? You know, it's like, I don't fucking give a fuck about you. I'm scared. And I had a they would put you up, like I'd have to go up after Patrice, or, you know, it's like, fuck you. You know, I've always been, and I still am, one of those fucking guys, because being funny all the time is not that great of a thing. You know what I mean? Because you get put, fuck it, throw him at the end. Put him at the beginning. Throw him up after him. You know? Where people don't want to go, that's where usually I'll fucking go. And I remember those shows, I'd go up and Voss would go up first, and then Patrice, and then Burr would go up fucking 4 hours into wherever the fuck they put Burr. And, you know, Norton would close. It was nuts. But it made us stronger. Because then you come back to this, you know, one of these places, like, I don't give a fuck. Eddie Murphy, put him up. I don't follow that fucking cocksucker in drag sucking a fucking dick. I don't care. Those are our fucking college years,
right?
When we were really going for our masters. You know, when we were like, fuck. Now you can just go anywhere. I still get the anxiety, but in reality, it doesn't fucking matter. You know, you're funny. Once you're funny and you know how you're funny, it doesn't matter. So
you never feel worried about losing it, that it'll be gone. It's always going to be there for you.
I always do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
Because that's the thing. Like, a guitar player doesn't think to himself, I wonder if I can play the guitar tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's nothing about being funny that assures you that it's going to be there tomorrow. You know?
Yeah, but shit, if I got anything from being a comic in New York, that's the one thing. It doesn't matter. Bombing, nobody gives a fuck. Except for that audience that night that didn't know you. You know what I mean? They're the ones, that guy stinks. Who gives a fuck? Your fans are the ones that know you and your comic friends. So if you go out and take a hot one somewhere, it doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, Bobby. Yeah. You're dragging me down with you. I want us to do well.
There she goes. Literally, it's got at every show. There's a broad, some confident broad, who just gets up and pisses in them. You couldn't have done it, really. Just and she's gorgeous too. You couldn't have like a fucking missing tooth and just be an asshole. Just some smoking hot fucking chick who has to bow pissed. I don't care. I'll walk on the stage. Yeah, fucking took me fucking 25 years to be sitting up here. You just walk across because you have a fucking vag that's full. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The weird thing is, there's actually an ugly girl who just quietly pissed herself.
As she should.
But see, this is the beauty about you.
Yeah.
You said it took you 25 years to get here.
Yeah.
Now you got a special to be proud of. You got this TV show coming out.
Yeah.
This really does feel like your time, you know?
Look, man, I thought I was, honest to God, around 15, 16 years ago, I went to L.A. for the first pilot season ever. I did a showcase in L.A., got an agent, and I booked a fucking show right out of the gate. And I remember I thought I was going to be... I honest to God, was walking around with my hat down through a mall while we were shooting the pilot. The show hadn't even been picked up, and I thought maybe people would recognize me. That's what a fucking delusional, just fucking hunk of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be loved. but I want to hide from that love. You know what I mean? I just want it, but I want to hide from it, and I want to make you pull it away. Like, yeah, oh yeah, hey, you Robert Kelly? Yeah, hey, oh yeah, sorry, I just trying to get some sneakers. No, I take a photo. So, and everybody on the crew, I remember everybody on the crew was like, this is the best thing we've ever done. This is going. And I was fucking, I was it. I was going to go from this, and this would be 7 years, and then I'd fucking go to another thing, and then maybe make a movie. And I had hair. I was so good looking at that time. Like, I fucking had abs. And I remember it didn't go. And it didn't happen, and I was in LA for 2 more years, and I was just, I remember, Patrice came, that's when Patrice came and stayed at my house, and it was like around almost 2 years later, and I didn't get that fucking thing, and I remember, he was like, Bobby, I cooked, we barbecued, and he goes, Bobby, you need to leave LA. You need to get the fuck out of here. And I was like, for what? What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, you need to move the fuck back to New York City. I'm like, why? He goes, this is the best barbecue chicken I've ever had. He goes, you're a fucking chef. You're not a comic. You're a cook, motherfucker. And I was like, I'm not even kidding. 2 months later, I moved back to New York. I told who's my wife now, who we were living together at the time. We were like that girlfriend, roommate, weird part of the relate. What are you laughing? Because you've been there. You know that weird part. Look at man, when you're with a girl and it's like, you know, I like you a lot. You know, and she's like, you know, that was where we were at, and I was like, I'm going back. So if you want to come, you can come. And thank God she did. She was like, let's go. We moved back to New York in 2 months, and that's when I started really. I saw Norton, and I was like, what the fuck? I remember you when I left. You were funny, but he was like some other level funny. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I remember I came back, and everybody at the Cellar was fucking really good. And then you got to go on stage with them, and you're like, I'm still doing the same shit. And it was like going back to school. It was like, fuck, I had to go back in. I had to learn how to bomb. That was the worst. To learn how to go up, tell a joke, not get laughs, and then see a guy go right up after you and just kill was like the worst thing in the world. It's fucking terrible. But, you know, learning how to do that, or, you know, I'd see Norton bomb all the time. He'd just go up and bomb. He'd be like, fuck it. You walk off, fucking cocksuckers, fucking liberal fucking queers. You know what I mean? And then in 3 weeks, fucking all that material's killing. Right. He just fucking made it work. And all of a sudden, he found out now it works whenever he wants it to work. It's like crazy, so.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any other kind of art form that you've got to work it out in front of the audience. Yeah. You know, like a painter. We don't know how shitty the paintings were leading up to the one. You know what I mean? Like, they finally go, here's the painting. We're like, how do you do that? Yeah. But with a comedian, if you follow them around, you will see how they do that. Yeah. And normally you think, I wouldn't pay that price. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I would not put myself through that.
Yeah. But I think comedy fans now, because of, you know, the internet and technology, they're fucking better schooled than they used to be. You know, back in the day, there was one comedy show on TV, maybe once. It was really like, wow, this live comedy on TV. Now it's everywhere. Everybody knows how comedy works a little better, so they kind of get it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, that fucking, all right. You know what I mean? You were working some shit out. I even heard people say, I saw him, but he's probably working shit out because he sucked. You know what I mean? Even though he was just doing they don't know he was doing his best shit. You know, certain comics are like, no, that's it. That's what he's got.
That's it. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah, it's,
ta-da! You just, hope you liked it, everybody.
But comedy's changed so much too now. It's like, you know, I'm not a good writer. Mm-hmm. I'm not, man. I'm not a smart guy.
No.
But I always thought that because I'm not, you know, the comics are very opinionated. Like Patrice or certain people, you bring up a topic, this is this is it. This is what they were doing. This is why they were doing it. And fuck that. And that's their opinion. And you fucking can't change it. I've always been like, I'll listen to, you say something, I'll be like, yeah, Ronnie's right. And then Fez will come over and go, no, he's done something. And I'll be like, fucking Fez is right. Fuck Ronnie. I don't know if that's from not having a dad.
Right.
Or, like having that man figure telling me this is how life is.
Can I just don't know where you were when I worked in a carnival. I would have loved to seen you coming down the Midway.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. Oh, you would have, dude. I fucking almost had my wife blow a guy for a guitar in Atlanta on the pier, Jersey Pier. I went back 900 times. I spent like $4,000 on a fucking green guitar one day because I'm just like, I can do this. The guy was trying to teach me how to throw a dart. He was like, dude, what you want to do? It's
hey, when you get home, tell her tonight I do have a spare guitar. Yeah. So. Let me tell you something else. Let me tell you another reason why I'm feeling so good for you, too. Louis did his TV show, and I remember Louis did this show right after his HBO show got canceled, right? Yeah. And he basically sat here and said, no, I'm going to do something else. Like, his confidence level after getting his show canceled was amazing to me. Yeah. And then he went out and did this groundbreaking show. And he's putting a lot of his friends on the show, and it's been great for him, obviously, and for everybody else. But when I saw you on that show, I turned around to my check and I went, Bobby's a fucking real actor. You know what I mean? Yeah. You are great.
Thanks, buddy.
On that show, there's some guys that you see them like they're trying to play themselves. Yeah. I lost the fact that I even knew you.
Yeah. No, to be honest, like, I'm really not, like I said, like, in comedy, I feel like I'm starting to become good now. I really do. I know I'm funny, and I can come up here and fucking make you guys laugh. I can do it, but there's something else, like, if you talk about a Louis or a Quinn, you know what I mean? When you start talking about those guys, they're at some level that I'm personally haven't attained yet, but I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to get there. And, like I said, I'm not the smartest guy. I don't know how to write, oh my God, jokes that other comics like, hey man, that's fucking fantastic. I'm just funny. So it's like, it was hard. It's hard. I'm still learning how to. I'm fucking trying so hard to get there, and I feel like I have hints of it now. Yeah. Where I can, this special, I kind of, I'm talking about me and what I'm doing, but my acting, I always kind of felt confident. I feel comfortable doing that shit for some reason. And when Louis put me in that, I was like, the simplest fucking smallest scene. I was like, this is so fucking awesome. It's like you're sitting across from him and you start doing it, and sometimes it's like, I don't even know what the fuck this means. Like, what is this about? And then you do it, and he does it to a point where you do it over and over and over and over, and then when he gets it, he's like, all right, we're done. And you're like, are you sure? Yeah. And then you see it, and you're like, yeah, we were done. He's so great to work with, man.
You've said there was a thing where it was just you guys standing there, and some pretty girls were walking by, and you just had that look on your face. Yeah. And I don't know why it was the funniest shit in the world. Yeah. And I'm wiping tears out of my eyes. And then the fucking bang bang when you... When you just decided... That was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's funny too because he just had all the food brought out, and he made it so 2 cameras, and he said, just film this, and we ate. There was one fucking take, and I remember I grabbed the bread and used it as a napkin. But I was so fucking hungry. I starved I didn't eat the night before. I didn't eat breakfast because I knew what we were about to do. And we fucking just chowed that Indian food. And then we had to go directly to the diner. And I remember he chose a hamburger and fries, and I had chicken cutlet with spaghetti. And at one point, the guy came over to me and went, "Dude, slow down. I only have 2 cutlets left." Dude, and in my head, I'm like, the prop guy was fucking bullshit. I went through fucking 3 cutlets, and there was 2 left, and it was like, "Fuck you, you fat cow." And I'm not running to get more cutlets. So yeah, that was fun, man. I mean, that's just crazy shit to be able to, eat for a living. You know what I mean? And the greatest part is that there's so many fucking, a lot of my special is about being a fat guy. Well, it's not really being fat. It's really about having a weight problem. Like, being addicted to food is a terrible addiction. It's a terrible thing to have because, it's always there. I mean, I remember I started going to the gym again. I stopped eating bullshit for the last 10 days. And I went to the gym and I felt great. And I'm sitting there with a veggie juice, this green, oh my God, juice. And I'm like, yes. And then I looked and I was resting it on my stomach. And I was like, fuck. I can never win with it. You know what I mean? It's like so to be able to do that scene with him and have all these people, these fat motherfuckers go, "Oh, thank God this was on TV." Right. You know what I mean? And that girl that gave the speech was fucking crazy.
At the end of that episode, I think it was you guys were looking at something on a laptop and laughing your asses off.
Yeah.
What were you guys looking at?
I can never tell you.
You never tell.
What do you think it was? What do you think it was?
I think you guys were looking back at that scene and laughing at some of the shit you were doing.
No.
All right, then my next thing. Yeah. You found some shot where a monkey was blowing a doll.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you Well, that's funny too. Like, we were supposed to shoot this scene, and at the last minute, he's so fucking good, man. He goes, fuck that, I don't want to do it. And then he pulls this necklace off his neck. He has it looks like a key, but it's a USB thumb drive around his neck, which is kind of fucking weird. You know what I mean? It was and then he goes, "I want to do this," and he prints this thing out, and I read it, and it's like, I have to get down naked to a towel. I'm not that, it's... Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Everybody's with you.
And surprisingly, Fez has a good body.
Yeah. You know what did it for him?
What?
4 heart attacks. Starts to take off the weight.
Everybody's road is different, man.
Yeah. Well,
looks good, but
you bring up addiction, and it's something that you've dealt with for a long time in different places.
I deal with it every day.
Yeah.
Since I was, it's weird having a kid now. I so pray that it's not it's not genetics. I hope it's not. I hope it's not in you. I hope it's just something that you do or is taught, because I've been dealing with it since I can remember. I remember being this fucking great little kid that just had fun and goofed around, and then I remember everything changed, and then all of a sudden I started looking towards people, places, and things to feel better, and I remember when that happened. And then it was alcohol, it was cigarettes, it was drugs, and then it became sex, and then it became food later in life. I mean, I think that's the progression, because as you get a girl, as you grow up and you have a career, you can't really fucking do blow off a hooker's asshole, but you can definitely eat 3 pizzas and fucking French fries and stay up all night. It's just an easier addiction to have, and it sucks too, because now, with social media, I mean, a guy called me a fucking fat tub of shit tonight on Twitter. And it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, you got a valid point, I guess, but it still hurts. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's it's. I've been dealing with that shit my whole life. I don't know how to get around it. I do know. You go to meetings,
right?
You talk to other people, and you pray. You get spiritual. I know how to do it, but it's hard to fucking do. It's really it's very hard to not have some form of addiction, because it's every fucking life blows, man, a lot, and to feel I was in foster homes, I was in fucking juvie halls, I was in I spent a lot of time when I should have been having fun, having friends, and fucking Christmases and fucking birthday parties, and being taught how to fucking what you're to use in a sentence and fucking what's good and what's bad. I was fucking in somebody else's house or some place just surviving. You know what I mean? So that's how I learned to survive, is using those fucking things, and it sucks. It just sucks to have that. To this day, I'm a fat fuck. I'm 44, and this is my sixth fat. I've been, I have that. I have a joke in my act about it, but this is my sixth time being fat in my life, and I have to go down and get skinny again, which sucks. Just sucks,
But here's something else about what you're doing through fighting through all that, and to me, it's the hero's journey, because anybody could live an easy life, but here you were in that place that you're at, and you've not only worked your way through that and have a career, and can sit there with your wife and know how to love her, and have your baby with and know how to love her, but in this special, be able to look out at people and say, look, there are good things. And I mean, you do so much ball busting in this thing, and then you talk about beauty in between these. There's some places with you where I see you say horrible things with a beautiful heart. Yeah. And it's an amazing thing. And that point where you're going now, where you're starting to share and teach, and not just to make people laugh. Yeah. That's the spot that we're talking about. And that's why I think this is your time.
I think you're right, I know that does make sense. I mean, I think the only thing I do have is I can be as vulnerable and as honest. I don't have a problem being as vulnerable and as honest as I can in front of a crowd. I don't give a shit. I've revealed everything on stage. That's the only thing I really know how to do well, is that I can just, this happened to me, and try to do it in a funny way. And there's nothing better than me than some dude going, dude, I love that. I love when people say shit that you think in the deepest part of your brain that you're scared. When somebody actually announces that, and you can go, fuck, I'm not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, I love that shit.
Well, let me ask you this, because I'm not 100% sure myself. Yeah. Doing that, is that addiction or is that recovery? Which one do you think that is? Being able to sit there and say those things. Because
I think it's absolutely recovery. Yeah. Because recovery, I mean, what is recovery? It's me and you and me talking about, honestly, a fourth step. Being as honest as you can without injuring other people. You know what I mean? I mean, so me going on stage and talking about, my wife giving birth and poop came out. It's like, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't. I should not say my wife pooped. That's fucking rude. It's disgusting. It's just fucking uncalled for. But when I do it, people laugh because either you know that happens, or it's happened to you, and you're like, oh, my wife shit too. That was fucked up. Right. You know what I mean?
Or the next time it happens to some other guy, you can go, this happens. Yeah. You know what I mean? He can go, I shouldn't run out of the room. Yeah. I should stay here and support my wife and child. Yeah. Instead of freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. Or you can freak the fuck out and go, boo. It's okay. You know what I mean? So I definitely think it's recovery. Absolutely. Yeah. Being honest is... I remember when I was my last rehab. It was this place called the Road Back, and it was a year-long program. I was 15, going on 16 when I entered. I was coming out of juvie hall, and I had a choice to go to this place or this other place for 6 months with chicks, and I knew if there was chicks, I was gonna, fuck around with one of them and I'd be kicked out. So this was all boys, and I went there, and I remember the guy who ran it, Tom Tompkins. He was a fucking lunatic. I remember the first day there, I'm sitting there, and there's this big meeting, and this one kid was like, "Fuck this place," and I want the fuck out of here. You guys are fuck. This kid's flipping out. And the staff are like, "Calm down, can try to talk about that rehab shit," yeah. Right? This guy walks down, I think he was like 70. Fucking gray hair, thick glasses, fucking smoking like one of those thin fucking Virginia Slim cigarettes, like a Misty. Remember those Misty cigarettes? Like the gayest cigarette I've ever seen. And he's just got it in his hand, and he's just comes down, and he's like, Who the fuck is... And he's like, you want to fucking leave? Get the fuck out, you fucking pussy. You fucking cocksucker. And the staff member was like, "Tom, maybe you should..." He goes, "Fuck you, you're fired. Beat it." Fired the... He goes, "Listen, this is life or death, you little fucking queer." You know what I mean? He was like, "People are trying to fucking live here. You don't want to fucking live, get the fuck out." And he goes, "You want to live?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." His kid started crying. He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Then shut the fuck up and sit there and let us help you." And then he goes, "All right, you, new guy, up in my fucking office." I was like, "Oh, fuck me." And I go up there, and he goes, he's the sweetest. He goes, "What's the deepest, darkest secret you have?" I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "What the fuck do you have in the back of your brain that you did that fucking haunts you, and you've never told anybody?" And I was like, I told him, I go, I don't know why I told him, I go, "I did a circle jerk once." I feel fucked up about it. And he was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Send Tommy, Joey, and Matt upstairs." And these 3 other kids come up. He goes, "Do you ever jerk off one of your friends?" "Yeah." "You ever jerk off one?" "Yeah." "Do you ever?" "Yeah." He goes, "Fuck, everybody does that." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Fucking no way." And it was that honesty that healed me from that fucking thing that made me feel different all the time. I finally felt like, oh, I can just be, I'm okay.
Right.
I'm all right.
Well, can you explain to people what that thing that felt different when you were younger? What was it about? What were you feeling that didn't make it okay?
You're not going to make me cry.
No.
I've already gotten the tweets. It's not going to happen. And I'm an emotional motherfucker, dude. I cry at my kid all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking...
nobody cares about that, but I'm serious
I know.
From that fucking point of view. I don't,
What do you... All right, ask the question.
I'm constantly curious about this and others and myself.
Right.
What happens that you just feel like there's that emptiness that you gotta fill somewhere? What was that emptiness?
Okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that, you could do a show and then this, you kill it, you murder, and people are shaking your hands and giving you hugs, and man, I'm calling you by name, Bobby, I love you, and and all of a sudden you're alone in a parking lot by yourself, and it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's over. It's like the excitement. I've always said, I'm trying now in my 40s to learn how to be okay with happiness. Happiness is very boring. Happiness is kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Excitement is the difference between, I'm hanging out, I'm depressed, I'm sad, some hot chick comes up, "Hey, I love you comedy, here's my number, call me." Fucking yeah. And I'm excited, and it's fucking, my whole night's changed. I'll go hang out, we'll fucking all night, I'll have a good time, and the next day I call the number and it's a wrong number, and I'm right back worse than where I was yesterday. Now I'm fucked. Happiness is, my sister call me up and go, "Hey, I love you, man, I love you, Bobby, miss you." "And I love you too." Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. It's like this, I'm happy. That's nice. it's not up and down. It's fucking constant. And it's hard to live there because, especially as a comic, I want to be either up or way the fuck down, because sometimes that's where the funny is. And that happiness is, kind of just whatever, boring. But I'm trying to live there more. Like with my kid, today I'm sitting there, we're I gotta go. I'm fucking all nervous about tonight. I'm all fucked up. And maybe I should go early. What should I do? And, I'm sitting there with my kid, and he's just playing. He's just fucking happy. He's just fucking rolling around, and my wife's playing with him. And, I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. And, and then I was like, fuck it. Stop it. Just fucking sit down on the floor for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever the fuck it is, and just be with these fucking people that give a shit. You're not gonna get a fucking raging hard on. You're not gonna jizz all over the place. You know what I mean?
Let's hope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be like wow. It's gonna be it's fun. It's whatever. But it's not gonna be this oh my god memorable. It's just you playing with your kid for a few minutes and giggling and laughing, and it's hard to live in those little okay moments, those happiness moments. I mean, it's scary to live there, because what if you just become happy? What if, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, the terrible places I've been kind of fucking made me. I think make us all, those fucking shit places. But I always forget that sometimes you don't have to kind of worry about that. Life will bring you there on its own. Right. I don't have to create it. I don't have to go to a fucking, go to Craigslist or Backpage and look for some fucking hooker and, fucking go in and maybe get AIDS and maybe get arrested or maybe ruin a marriage or whatever. I don't have to do that. Life will fucking suck on its own, and I'll be able to deal with it. But that fucking weirdness of it is exhilarating, man.
You could just try to be content and just wait for tragedy to drop an awful thing, and then you can start writing about it. None of this can be given to you, man.
Yeah.
It can only be made, and the things that I'm telling you about have got nothing to do with fame or money.
Right.
You got the respect of your peers,
right,
and you have a family now. Yeah. You're sitting here in your mid-40s.
Yep.
Fucking still working and caring about your art. You know how many people would change? People in cubicles or driving around in trucks who would go, Jesus Christ! I would love to have that thing where I had a white whale to chase. And you're doing it, dude.
Was that a fat joke?
No.
No. But Ronnie, honest to God, did you ever do you have those moments where you're like, I'm a phony?
Every fucking day I work on the recovery thing, and all the shit, all the phony stuff that comes up is like those other voices. But the people on Twitter, you walk around New York City, and when a homeless guy starts to yell shit at you, right? You're like, yeah. That to me is what the fucking people on Twitter are. Why would I? Why would I be walking?
Yeah.
If some homeless guy was screaming at me, would I go, oh, really? My shoes are fucking stupid?
Yeah, but I would try to talk to that guy and go, dude, what the fuck did I do? I mean, what's going on? You know what I mean? I mean, that's the difference in me, I guess, in you. I would love to be able to, I remember I had a homeless lady attack me. You start yelling at me, and I was like, what the fuck did I do? It does, it's a different, it's just a different thing. But I know that, I think all of us, I would think that there's a part of you that these people don't realize, because we go on stage and make this shit look fucking easy. It's like, that's our job. To radio, sitting here, everything. Our job is to make you just listen and fucking laugh. That's it. We have to have enough stage presence, enough charisma, and enough knowledge of what we do so you guys can sit there and fucking have a break from your shit life. And that's it. Come in, take the train, go down the stairs, get a couple drinks, and you didn't think about your shit cube for the last hour and a half because of me and this fat fuck. And of course, the skit at the beginning. Fezzy. You know what I mean? But without our crazy fucked up shit, we wouldn't be able to do that.
But so fucking place value on that, man. Just say, I am not just doing this to feed myself.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because maybe there's some fucking truck driver driving in Northern California right now. They're going, holy shit, those guys talked about some scary shit and were funny with it.
Yeah.
Let that fucking in, man.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I really am. At this stage, I'm trying to accept the fact that I'm funny. I'm funny. That's it. My stand-up's funny. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? I can be funny anywhere because I've been on stage with the best.
That's right.
And was with them. So I'm learning to fucking do that. And you know, it's a little easier with the acting, just because you don't get judged as much. You know, that's why I think I like doing the TV stuff a little better, because it's, you know, you're in a fucking room with a crew and nobody sees it until it's edited perfectly, and people go, oh, you were great on that. It's like this simple, quick thing, you know. But comedy is every fucking night, all the time, and you know. And now but I am trying to let it in. I'm trying to let it sink in. This is fucking great, and I guess I don't know, fucking dude, suck a dick. I don't fucking. You should have a fucking buzzer on this thing, where you get somebody to ramble, because I know you love that I'm just rambling, and this fucking, you know, you just blah, 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 and you're just looking at me like, keep talking, you fucking weirdo, just keep yapping. I always see when fucking they're just staring her eyes like, oh God. Oh, now he's a confident boyfriend too.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you fucking gorgeous dude. Oh, you suck, dude. You got a scarf on too, right? Yeah, you need that.
But just to point this out, because you didn't see it, so I'm coming through, he's got a bag on his hip. So he had to go.
I respect that.
He had to go.
Oh, he has a colostomy bag. I thought you were talking about a little purse.
No.
Little fucking man purse. He looks like he has a man purse.
Yeah.
Ah, you're just perfect Asian hair that you have. Look at his hair. It's right down the middle. He just put it back behind his ear. Fuck off.
All right, so let's play this. So you're sitting there, and you dig the way he looks. Would you trade your fucking talent?
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Bobby, I can't fucking help you.
Listen. Do you understand? Listen, I look at this. I don't know your name. I don't know where you're from, but I just see. I know your life. I know what your apartment. There's some wood stuff. There's some reclaimed furniture. There's a bunch of records. There's a candle. I know there's a chair that you sit in. I know there's some dumb animal you rescued. Your kitchen is small, but it's still nice. It's small, but it's still nice. In the cabinets, you let her paint. And you have an Nespresso machine. You love good coffee. That's the one thing you won't fucking skimp on. I know your bedroom, it's very sparse. There's not much, but that's where you sleep. And you know what? We don't spend time in here. We live life, and this is why I sleep. And I know your living room is attached to your kitchen. You can see everything. You probably have a bike hanging somewhere that you fucking love using, right? And you have no brakes on it because you know how to ride great. I know you. I fucking know you. I know you. And you don't get the new iPhone because the old one's fine enough. And I think the 4 is good.
Here's the thing: if I could take you, right?
Yeah.
And I put you in his life, in his body, and with her, you would still fucking hate yourself.
Well, if I was in his life, right? What can I ask? What you do?
I build.
Yeah, of course.
What do you build?
Of course he does, yes. Metal,
creatively,
wood,
though, right?
Yeah.
Some creative shit.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not like you're on a fucking roof. No, you're not out there with work boots and a shitty pair of jeans and some lunchbox. You're in a backyard somewhere. Hey, honey, what do you think of this owl? Right? Fucking owl metal builder.
Well, here's the thing.
Is that what you do, though?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's comedy.
Here's
That's
the
our
weird
job.
thing.
That's our job.
This is the strangest thing about it.
But that's our job.
After over and like an hour and 10 minutes
Yeah.
of me talking to Robert Kelly,
Yeah.
we figured out fucking unmasking this prick over here. Ladies and gentlemen, the special's on tonight as we play this.
Yeah, tonight.
Robert Kelly live at the Underground.
And you can go to my website, robertkellylive.com, right after and own it for $5.
$5.
That's it.
Give him love because he won't give it to himself. Make him know that he deserves it.
Thank you, buddy.
Mr. Robert Kelly.